Hey, we need a response team.
The Avengers Initiative was shut down.
This isn't about the Avengers. These people may be isolated, unbalanced even, but I believe with the right push, it can be exactly what we need.
War is it won by sentiment, Director?
No, it's won by soldiers.
Right now, you, every single one of you out there, have a chance to be a part of the greatest organization the NFL has ever seen. The Dallas Cowboys. And you are fans of a championship football team. And what do? You blog. You blog so hard that you're running up and down the internet all night long. If it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you got to get another story out, you blog. You know why? Because you know more about your team than anybody else. There's 32 teams in the league. 32 teams. You expect them to know every team like you know yours? Wait, they don't. They don't. And how do you do this? You go to the Dallas Cowboys show, you get a blog, and you blog about the Cowboys. You blog all night long about the Cowboys. You tell people what they need to know about the Cowboys instead of letting people tell you. That's what you did all last year. No more. You know why? Because we have the internet. All you have to do is have heart. And you can do it. You know why? Because you're a fan of a championship football team. And a fan of a championship football team, they give everything. They give everything they got to help their team make it to the Super Bowl. And if you're not willing as a fan to give it all you got, then you go to the New England Patriots. Blog, 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 blog. There's nothing better than that. Nothing more fulfilling. Nothing more special. Blog.
That's silence before the storm, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. I don't think my channel on, boss.
You add it? Did you add it?
Damn, my bad. Damn. Hold on. What it is? What's the title?
At the top.
It's at the top.
Team Trenches ass whooping. Coming soon. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's the name of the title.
Repeated. Nah.
Oh, my bad.
You say repeated L.
Repeated L.
You still doing that capping, bro?
Hey, ask the public who won. That's all I'm gonna say.
We need to do a vote after this. Since this is the last one, we need to do a vote, run a poll, and just let it go. See
But I ain't gonna lie to you though. Boston them take it so unpopular. They ain't gonna win a public vote.
Probably not. Just being
like
fair.
Like Boss asked a question, they jumped down his throat on Twitter earlier.
I know, right?
They're like, hey, he said you seen this?
I do want to talk about that.
They was on your ass.
I
put the thumbnail in the group chat, landlord.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Man, I ain't hitting nobody today, bro.
Look, that jump was funny though. I ain't gonna lie. You right though, Hen. See, we fell. Team Weapons is foul. We did see. We know you gonna get public backlash with your take, so we gonna play nice. We ain't even gotta do that.
Are you really fair?
That is foul.
We tried.
We could have stood on that.
You was fair on that.
You know what I'm saying?
You was fair on that. We uphill. It's an uphill battle. You kept it real right there, for real.
That's all. That was Hen. I give Hen his props. Hen
he
said,
did. He ain't feeling
that's
generous.
true.
I don't trust him though. Sometimes I think he'll give up the easy one so he could, you know what I'm saying? He'll give up the 5 so he can try to,
You know we kind of
lock the board. Like I'm not playing with
you
y'all.
just trying to lock
bro.
the board, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
this
I
domino.
don't play bones like
What
that.
you know about domino?
My wife,
So listen, man, I'm tired of all this nice stuff, bro. Damn, did you say you want to kick it off? What you got?
You know, no doubt you know I did, dog. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, look, this needs no introduction. If you've been anywhere within the Northern Hemisphere, you know for the last year, it has definitely been team weapons versus team trenches. Now, when you look at everything the Cowboys have done over the last couple of months, right? New D coordinator, new coaching staff, etc., whatever, all that good stuff. You know, we've been hearing so much about CP this and CP that. It's easy to get rocked. It's easy to get lulled to sleep, if you will, by what it is that he can do on paper. But since day one, he has been banging the table and is on record, in addition to your head coach, for saying we need help, we need players. Am I right?
Yeah.
Boss, you got it, dog.
Okay.
I need to hear it. I need to hear it again from somebody else, a superstar, if you will, to confer that point.
Okay, here we go. I got you.
Mike, Troy was talking about your guy beating beating the man on the other side. We're worried too much about scheming guys open. Is it on the receivers? Is it on the coaching to get the receivers the ball?
Now. That's the NFL now, guys. I've been talking about that for a while when you see it. And that's why as we start rating guys, like we want to rate wide receiver, oh, he's better than him, he's better than him. And we do it on numbers when it's system beating system now. It's not man beating man. That's why you're going to get these so-called boy geniuses to try to figure out a way to beat a system, and then I can get less players and come back and beat better players because I'm beating a system. The days of man beating man, we'll never have them again. We'll never have those again. And sometimes it takes away from when it's just time to get down, dirty, and gritty. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I've always claimed. Troy's right. We're expecting now the coaches to come in and design a way to make a man get open, and then instead of expecting the man to use his talent and gift and get somewhere and get open.
Boy, so you heard it. We done heard it before. This ain't nothing new. But as I begin to think about the argument and the way that things were flowing, and the fact that, first off, disclaimer, in case you've been under the rock, this is, again, we want all the weapons we can get, but if it came down to it, Team Trenches has definitely been pushing for a premier pass rush. We got a super chat from my dog Wee Woo. Shout out to him. Celebrated his birthday on yesterday. Again, happy birthday, dog. He said, "This is my personal favorite group of content creators. 100. Now let's fight and try to keep it clean. One at a time, fellas."
That's the goal.
That's the goal. We gonna try.
Hey, we off to a good start. We ain't said nothing.
For real, yeah, I can see. I'm peeping because I'm finna slap the hell out of somebody once he finished.
But that's what Mike is saying is what we've been saying. You know, I get it. CP, you know, Dick Fangio disciple, all that good stuff. You know, he's coming with the multiples. You know, the 3-4 base with the match.
Young boy wonders. That's what he said.
All of that. The young boy wonder. I get it. And guess
trying
what?
to get a way to make the system. That's exactly what we're doing.
But I think we're falling in love with the system because at the end of the day, when you look at it, right, everything y'all have said about CP has been absolutely correct. However, who wouldn't want more? We talk about simulated pressures, right? We've been hearing a lot of that. Simulated pressures. But wouldn't simulated pressures be better if you had a premier edge rusher who was a part of that simulated pressure? If you got to only rush 4, why not have a dog in one of them positions? And I don't believe we have a dog at edge to rush.
Trench gang so strong right now. Damn, they whooping ass.
I mean, you're only showing them.
I spoke a few team weapons.
You said you was gonna play foul now, so let's play foul.
I'm being fair. I'm just looking at team.
Y'all already brought video and clips. We didn't get the opportunity to present any clips or video.
And everything. So
see what I'm saying? Come on now. But let's do it.
Oh, you had time when you did your rebuttal, homeboy.
We had the show. We were supposed to be hosting. So that's
Yeah, we thought we was hosting, but we never seen what happened. But you want to take that hand or you want me to get it?
It's a problem with the venue. We got a problem.
Nah.
I mean,
I just said that's why I asked you, was you gonna play foul? As long as you play foul and make it even, we cool.
Just making sure.
But yeah, I'll go. And listen, that's
I was gonna bust y'all in the face.
Man, I ain't worried about that too much. But this is the issue though. Nobody ever has heard Henry DeMore say, F Maxx Crosby, we don't need Maxx Crosby, we don't need more edge. You can't ever find me saying that. The issue in between this team weapons and team trenches beef is that we are trying to reallocate the asset, which is George Pickens, to another side of the ball. And I just don't believe that you have to do it. Like, all the evidence is pointing towards you can get away with giving them picks and keep George Pickens and Maxx Crosby for at least one singular season. And we can come back here next year and talk it out. Folks like, hey, I don't want to see George Pickens walk for nothing. He's on a tag right now. You can tag and trade him next year and put him in the same situation.
Give us a good run at it first. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm not sitting here saying F Maxx Crosby or to disregard the defense or none of that. The only issue that team weapons and team trenches have is that we don't want to move George Pickens, in order to improve the defense when there's already a clear path to do it. Because we don't, again, and I've repeated myself ad nauseum at this, we don't have to use our imagination for what Maxx Crosby goes for. He went for 2 firsts. Jerry Jones can pony up 2 firsts right now if he wanted to and get Maxx Crosby right now. Right?
Can I ask you a question here? And is playing to your point.
After he finished, you can.
I mean, no, he's fine. He go
I ain't on no funny stuff right now.
I'm just messing with you, man. Go ahead.
I just want to know.
No, that was right.
Why do you want Pickens so bad? Why do you want to hold on to him so bad?
I do not want to take away from the offense because, as we said, when we talk about, the natural regression of an offense, right? Because we saw it in 2023 to 2024. The Dallas Cowboys went from being one of the best offenses in the National Football League. They ended ranked 24th. Now, some of that is skewed because of Dak Prescott injury, but Dak numbers were down across the board. Teams had time to adjust and all the other stuff. Now, what you really need to do is add to the offense even further. That's why I backed y'all with the running back 2 campaign. You need to go ahead and add another weapon in the backfield to take advantages of all those light boxes that you're getting from the CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens tandem. And we also know schematically from football, defenses adjust to the threats. When we had Ezekiel Elliott forced heavy boxes and we got one-on-ones on the outside, right? Now, vice versa, the threats on the offense are CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. So because they are the biggest threats on the offense, what do you do to solidify your offense from there? Their game plan from them, now you need to upgrade your run game. Now, me personally, I would have got a better running back to Devontae Williams. But since that's not on the table, we can bring in somebody like a Chubb, a better secondary running back, and that can be the wrinkle in this going forward in 2026, having a better opportunity to take advantage of those light boxes. But I don't necessarily think as composed, if you take away George Pickens right now, that you're going to put yourself in a better schematical advantage, going forward in 2026. This is how I personally feel about it. Now, if we get to the offseason and we have first round picks, we have draft capital, we have free agency, at that point, then we might be able to do something and we can have that conversation.
All right, so listen, I'm gonna go and get to the point, bro, and we gonna really kick this thing off. I'm gonna play this real quick. I'm about to turn off the music, because I want to make sure we all on the same page on this. Let me turn off the music for a second. All right, here we go. This is coming from Henny.
This is right and has always been right. And we're gonna show y'all why y'all ain't never won a battle, because y'all over. Remember, y'all the over crew. Y'all over whatever, because you ain't never won. We fought 1,000 times. You done took 1,000 L's, man. So hey, this is what it is.
All right, so yes, you lost.
When I need to know.
No, let me also before you go. Let me.
You know.
On Team O for remember.
You need to make sure you want to do that. That's what I'm saying.
I'm certain I want to do that. And then y'all.
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
Listen, bro. So this the deal, bro. Obviously, I'm calling in because I'm hearing about all the slander y'all doing to me and my boy Lil Name.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, grade A
For
slander.
sure. A lot of.
I want to make sure you want to do this, though, bro. Before I officially bust your head in, I just want to make sure you want this, bro.
Hey, this is what I do. You know that. And you on the losing side, so I wouldn't do that if I was.
Be on Team O for remember.
You need to make sure you want to do that. That's what I'm saying.
I'm certain I want to do that. And then y'all sure y'all undefeated?
You know we gonna have some shit talking in our shit. If we supposed to feel like we undefeated,
We ain't never lost.
we supposed to feel like we
Hey, you
undefeated.
tell Balls ain't no feel to it. We ain't lost. Put the poll up. Put the poll up in the chat
I don't
box.
claim a loss against y'all though. I don't. That's me.
I don't.
personally. I don't claim a loss.
So you gonna sit up there and say you don't claim no loss?
What?
I'll see you tomorrow.
He said, "I'll see you tomorrow."
All right.
Relevant.
So I just want to make sure y'all still stay on that, bro. Yeah, y'all ain't claiming no L's.
Hell no.
Yeah, you can show me. Listen, you can show me what a
All
murder
he
weapon.
gonna do is
by a
show the
dead
draft
body.
and try to count that as the win. That's not a win.
The draft don't count as a win.
No.
No.
Or is it a trade? What we doing?
Who is that?
That was me.
This is a terrible attempt, boss.
No, this not. This
I'm 2
is
steps
accurate.
ahead,
No,
bro.
this is an
I'm 2
accurate.
steps ahead of you.
Hold on.
already, bro.
Let me see. Is this you? Is this you? I think we need to hear from Team Weapons too.
Salute.
That's funny every
What's
time.
up,
Hey,
It's real.
y'all want me to get off?
No.
Hey, y'all won, bro. Hey, congratulations.
What?
Y'all
Excuse-
won because what? You gonna take the context out?
Y'all won as you won.
No.
Y'all won as
the
you won.
context was-
So you said we was offers, right?
What's the whole
Right, and has always
purpose
been
of us
right.
going at each
And
other?
why y'all? And we're gonna show y'all why y'all ain't never won a
playing
battle.
dirt
You know,
already.
Hold on,
y'all
we ain't
over.
what?
No, remember
Hold
y'all
on.
and has
You
always
gonna
been
play
right.
the video
And-
while I'm responding to you?
My bad. Go ahead. My bad.
What is the context of the whole weapons versus trenches? Why do we have to go against each other? Think about that.
Put this
y'all don't
man
know.
in chat.
The
Oh,
reason
okay.
that we had to go at it like that last year because we was assuming that the Cowboys was only going to use the draft to correct either one of those things. That's the whole purpose. We were saying which one was more important. The fact that we went and traded for George Pickens, that's equal, bro. We telling you we was fighting for different positions. Y'all fighting for guard, we fighting for receiver. The fact that the Cowboys went out of their way and still prioritized wide receiver 2, that's a wash, bro. Both of us was right. Y'all gonna try to count that we got George Pickens as a dub for y'all. That is incorrect. That is false because we just told you the whole purpose of the fight was we telling the Cowboys get a wide receiver 2. However they do it, we went thinking that the Cowboys trade because they never trade. Right or wrong? Right or wrong?
No,
Right or
landlord.
wrong? Do they really ever trade? They
Landlord.
usually go by the
We
They
draft.
do trade.
We know that.
And we told you that.
told
Yes,
you
they
that.
do
I
trade,
told
and
you
we
that.
gave you
That was
multiple
our whole
examples that
argument.
they
I told you that in that
That was
time.
our entire
was our
argument.
whole
Y'all
argument.
so-
I said,
y'all-
no,
bro,
real
this the
talk.
angle y'all coming from? This is
Real talk,
this
real
is
talk.
pitiful.
In that same episode, a few minutes later, I stated the fact that typically, to your point, landlord, we don't. I said, but this year we got the purse, we got the bag to accompany it. So I said it's more than likely. I saw it ahead of time, and I tried to tell y'all it was going to happen, which is why I jumped on board so hard and pushed for a weapon, because I said we got the bag this year. They can't say we ain't got the money. So that's why we
now,
pushed this hard.
Answer me this. How do you feel like y'all won when we just telling y'all the whole argument we had is, nigga, we need a wide receiver 2.
No,
That's the
that
whole
was-
argument.
That was
No
not the
lie,
argument.
it was
Hold
the
on,
argument.
hold on. No,
It
he's
was the
flipping. Let me
argument.
tell you what he's doing.
That was the argument.
Landlord, that was
Let
not
me-
the argument, landlord.
Let me,
Hold on.
let me tell you
I
what
ain't
he
spoken. I
said.
ain't
No,
spoken.
no, let me show him real quick.
I
This
ain't-
will be
I ain't
quick because see, he trying
rebutting
to be slick. Watch this, because this the real issue, and I got you. You gonna be right on. Look,
Always been right. And we're gonna show y'all why y'all ain't never won a battle. You know,
What did he just say?
I'm trying to see how this is relevant.
This is not even relevant to what we
It is relevant. Now, I'm just trying to see what did
It's
he
really
just say.
not.
What did he just say?
This is actually pathetic.
Now, you know what this got something
This
to do
is
with?
pathetic, man.
This got something to do with this.
Yeah, hey, put Gavin in the on
And the lack of. Because see, when somebody over here capping like that, saying they ain't even lost a battle, when you got embarrassed on draft day, y'all got literally embarrassed. Like you got up here and said y'all won, but then you over here co-signing a dude lying. So he over here saying y'all ain't won a battle.
So let me ask you this: you break a whole table when you win?
Did we not go get a wide receiver, man? I don't think
You
y'all
flipping
are.
it.
Y'all
You
like,
flipping it.
y'all,
It's
y'all
about
acting
trust.
like y'all
Can I
can't
say something?
comprehend.
Can I? No.
If we wouldn't have got a wide receiver too, I promise you would have seen me banging on y'all lad the whole year. I swear to God, we went and got one. So what is y'all talking like?
Landlord,
this is so
that was
irrelevant.
not your argument. That was
Never
your
wasn't your argument.
How you gonna tell me what my argument was?
I'll tell you.
You're incorrect, sir.
No,
You're incorrect.
because I'm giving you your win.
You're wrong. No, because I told
This
you
is- no.
we needed a wide receiver.
You
That's
said
the
that.
only thing. And I told you, hold on, I'm finna let you take the flow, bro. We said we needed a wide receiver, and the reason we was battling about that draft pick because we thought that was more than likely the only way the Cowboys move, and you know that. They always been a draft and development team. Don't act like we players in free agency now. Get out of here with that.
That's what you said. Hold on. And that's what was your argument was. Our whole argument was to draft the guard and trade for the weapon. Y'all punch us back that y'all landed.
Now y'all gonna try to act like that's the argument.
Hold on.
That was.
Y'all punch us
Of course,
back.
if we could trade for who we want.
Y'all punch us back
That's irrelevant. All we said is go get.
Y'all was fighting it.
Hold on. Y'all punch us backward. Lou, they ain't traded for a receiver, and the last time they did it was a small Brandon Cooks. Why can't we even trade him? We kept saying, landlord, if there's any position that the Dallas Cowboys will always trade for, it's a wide receiver.
Right.
That's the one they have done in the past. That's what our whole argument. We literally said it word for word: draft the guard and rent the wide receiver too.
So y'all gonna try to make that a win for y'all.
It was a win.
Hold on. When y'all know for a fact that that's not typically how the Cowboys move. So y'all want to try to say we got an L for not trusting the front office to make a move?
That's a lie because we told you that's how they move. We gave you examples. We gave you examples of trade.
They move.
We told you that's how they move. Y'all just was thirsty.
man,
Y'all was thirsty at 12. That's what happened. Y'all was thirsty. Nah, y'all was extremely thirsty.
Hold on. We were doing just fine at first. Then y'all played videos. Now 40 people.
Yeah, when I showed you words of
it ain't got nothing.
obviously
The
trust
argument.
issues.
We hear
The
about
chat
trade
is trust y'all.
weapons. You up here talking about an L and a W. You in your
Yeah.
feelings because
No,
you
it
used
ain't
to
feelings.
lose.
It's
That's
about
what it
trust.
is.
What
So
you
you want to
do,
jump
you
out
trying
and
to
try to
flip
make
it.
a case.
No,
bro,
you was
still
thirsty.
ain't
Y'all
won,
was
bro.
thirsty
You
for
still ain't
12.
won.
That's what it was all about.
We
Y'all thirst.
We got a wide receiver, boss. I don't see how y'all don't comprehend that. That's
No,
equal,
see,
bro.
no, it ain't.
That's
It ain't.
equal.
No.
It is.
You got that receiver because if we would have went with
That's
your
one
plan,
point
which
you
was a
got.
fair
Can we
plan,
move on?
no,
Can
it
we
was a
move
fair.
on?
Yeah,
Because you still on
we
y'all
will
one
move on. But if
this
we
ain't
went
even
with your
relevant,
fair
really.
plan, which was to reach for Matthew Golden, you wanted to as well as Henny.
This is not
I
relevant.
want to make you
fair
Ibuka, and
plan.
you keep putting shit on me that you know I did a show on your show about Emeka Ibuka. So I need you to stop that. We want to take McMillan, and
We
then
really
want
wanted
to
Tech.
Ibuka. Yeah. And listen, and y'all still count that as a win when they came out and said themselves they would have got Teddy who's on
And
the
that's
board.
that really a loss
So how
for y'all.
you defending Matthew Golden at 12 and then go say
Tech
you didn't
would've
want
been the
12? You
They
the
said
one
Tech
that
would've
wanted
been the
you
pick.
wanted him at 12. Henny,
Did they
you
not
did.
say Tech would have been the
Emeka
pick?
Ibuka.
No, you wanted Matthew Golden. You
Did the
start
Dallas
fighting for him at
Cowboys
12.
not say that Tech would have been the pick if he was there?
They did say
Of course, yeah, we know that, but they also
Okay,
said he
that's
wasn't
really
gonna
a
be
loss.
there.
He just wasn't there.
No, that but that
Like,
no, and
y'all
that ain't
still
even
feeling
guaranteed
for
because Booker, because Shotty was always fighting for Booker. We can't go with no PR like that.
Okay,
This
bro.
is PR,
That was
man.
very irrelevant to the debate. So can we move?
Nah,
to
it
the
was
next
very
point?
relevant because
was.
it shows that
You
people
talking
shouldn't
about
trust
wins
y'all.
and losses. That ain't got
No,
nothing to do with
because
team
y'all
strength
capping. That was
and
the whole
weapons
point.
about
Y'all
this stuff.
capping,
That
and
ain't
y'all
got
be
nothing to do
doing a
with
lot of
that.
capping doing this debate. You start doing a lot of capping, talking about you're undefeated. You
Okay,
paying these false
can we
peaches,
move
and then
on,
when
man?
you
You
showing
lost,
out now,
bro. You got
I ain't
L's,
gonna
bro.
move on. Let me
This
finish
is-
what I'm
this
saying.
is
Let me
pathetic.
finish what
I'm
I'm
telling you
saying.
straight up.
It is
This
pathetic.
is a cool tactic
I'm
that you're
like,
trying,
swear
but I
to
need to
God,
finish what I'm
I'm not
saying.
This This is a crude tactic.
No,
I'm just
I need to
saying
finish
that
what I'm
this
saying.
This is if you come.
No,
with
so
this,
see what
this
you're
is
doing is
pathetic.
you're trying to overtalk, bro. That's very shady.
I mean,
what
you
you're
already
doing.
stole the
That is
video.
shady tactics. Just like you
needed
was
everything.
shady.
You needed an
Y'all
extra
super-
dude.
y'all
You
being
need
super
home court
shady.
advantage. You need clips.
Yeah,
you need
see, this is
diesels.
why we need a moderator because see, every time y'all get facts, y'all start doing that bullshit. Like
Can I
every
play a
time
can I play
you
a-
went out there and you start saying and capping. Both of y'all was capping, saying y'all ain't lost. And when I show you in
How
context
long are we
that you
gonna stay
clearly
on
lost,
this irrelevant?
He trying to do an
subject,
hour
bro? He
of-
trying to
of
take
this
over.
shit.
it's
the
very
show,
relevant
so we
because he's
won't
showing
get to
that
nothing
people
else.
shouldn't trust
And he
you.
been dragging
They
this
shouldn't trust you because you overreach. But you trying to what you trying to do is minimize the point of not trusting you because you shouldn't be trusted
How
because
many
y'all got
times
caught
is we gonna
capping.
come on one show? I mean, how many times is we gonna sit up here and talk about this same thing you've been talking about? Okay, we've been here for how long?
No,
We've
they
been here
just
for
been
25
no,
minutes, and
no,
you done
if we
took up
talking
the
about
whole
it,
show
no, it ain't
with just
taking
this
over.
one topic.
Yeah,
Real
it's
talk.
not taking
And
over.
it
It's
ain't
the
even
start of the
relevant.
show.
It ain't even
It
relevant.
is relevant. It
It's
shows
not.
that you can't be trusted because y'all capping. Y'all
Okay,
cap
let
for
me-
team
okay.
weapons. That's the
can I
point. And you
rebuttal?
trying to act like you don't understand that.
Can I
You doing a
rebuttal?
smooth
That
tactic
shit is-
called
that shit
playing
is terrible,
stupid.
bro.
You playing like you don't understand. But it's real clear
I
when
really
you
don't
say you
understand.
undefeated and I
I
say
really
you
had
taking
more
a clear
faith than
L.
y'all than this, bro. I swear to God.
That's
I thought y'all was
cute
gonna
what
be
you
better than
saying,
this. On
but
my mama, bro.
no,
That's
no,
serious.
it's
I thought
cute
y'all
what
was
you
finna come
saying,
and present
but it's
some
not real. It's not
cases.
ethical, and you shouldn't
talking
be
about
trusted.
something very, very irrelevant.
Shot it. Fight for. See, that's how to go out. Don't go out. Just sit back. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna take Matthew Golden now. Fight for. You wanted physical. You said you wanted physical.
How you know we
Yeah,
ain't
Tuck
fighting
said it
Matthew
would've been
Golden?
Man, whatever, bro. You know he ain't fight for no guy.
Now, what did he just say? Did I bring up Matthew Golden?
Hey,
Did we
man,
bring up Matthew
look,
Golden?
bro, if we can't,
Now,
if
what
we
did he
can't
say?
make no cases, bro, I'm finna get off this show because you
You
taking
can
over the
make a
whole
case.
show and you ain't even letting nobody come with no
This a
facts of
clip.
their own.
This a
You
clip.
keep-
Oh,
you
we
just
can't go
played
through the
the
clip.
How you gonna go through
I got another clip. I got more clips.
It's time for us to say something.
If
bro.
this
You
a
tripping.
war, you been talking.
Hell nah. We ain't finna
You
sit
been
no another
talking.
clip and we
Oh
ain't
yeah.
saying that.
So you
We
don't want
ain't
more
rebuttal.
evidence of
We
you
ain't
talking
rebuttal
about
for
Matthew
nothing.
Golden
We
as he
ain't
been
made not
capping
one
about
case.
Ibuka?
Man,
Who
listen,
brought
I'm
up
telling
Matthew
you right
Golden?
now, these boys
You
can't
can
touch
leave.
us
You said you
because
gotta
can
leave.
tell
Leave.
How sorry
you-
this shit
no.
is they present. They won't even let us make
you
an
say you
argument.
gotta leave. You
They
can
won't
leave.
even let us make a case.
You can make a
How is
case.
this a debate?
You getting this case
Nigga,
right
you
here.
keep making clips.
You gotta
keep dropping-
defend
Man,
your
y'all
lies.
pathetic, bro. Y'all
Cause see,
know
your
y'all
lie
can't
is
touch
hold
us.
on.
your
What kind
lie
of phone
is
y'all
that
can't
y'all was
touch
for
us. So
Ibuka.
you gotta
when
come with
he
some
when he
bullshit
right
like
here
this.
brought up Matthew
Y'all,
Golden,
this is
I'm
pathetic,
showing the facts
I
that he
hope
brought
your
up Matthew
people see
Golden.
that you pathetic like this for trying this type of tactic, bro.
Oh,
You ain't even
facts?
let
Oh,
us say a
facts?
word. You ain't even let us
You
say
gonna
the
lie,
case.
act like you ain't been talking?
You ain't even let us state a case. All we've been doing is defending the bullshit you coming
You gotta
with. Let us
defend the
make a
clips.
case.
You got you
Let
gotta
us make
defend
a
the
case,
clips,
bro. This is
You
stupid.
can make your case after this
You
clip.
ain't now hell
You
no.
may-
I'm not waiting on no another clip because we supposed to have a rebuttal after you present some
You
shit.
already you said move to the
presented-
next clip.
Nope,
That's
nope,
what you
nope.
said.
You just presented
You
a
capping,
video,
bro, because you
and
get
then
facts.
he
This
in
is what you
rebuttal
do.
to it.
You go
So
crazy
now
when
it's
you
time
get
for
facts,
us to-
bro.
It's
That's
time
what
for
you
us to
do.
state a
You
case,
start
bro.
going crazy when
It's
you
time
get
for-
facts.
Nah, hell no, because this
Because
shit is
Henny
not
went up there
right.
and lied and
you
said
talking about
Henny went
something
up there
that
and
ain't
lied and
relevant.
said that he was talking about Ibuka as he was defending Matthew Golden at Pick
Bro,
12.
you
I'm
terrible,
showing
bro.
where he was defending it, bro.
Y'all terrible, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Y'all
I'm
terrible,
showing
bro.
where he was defending
On my
it. You
life, bro.
lying.
Your people.
He
and
said that he
if
wanted
y'all
he
calling this
wanted
right,
Ibuka,
bro,
but he
y'all
was
see
defending
that
Matthew
this is
Golden.
pathetic, the methods they trying to do, bro. Real talk. We ain't even
A
presented
clip
a case
of
yet.
facts.
We ain't even presented a case. How y'all gonna dominate the whole show? We
No,
just
I told
defended
you
one
said
video.
you asked me
How
to go
we
to the
can't-
next
how we
clip.
can't set a case, bro?
Hey, Lou, did you hear him say go to the
On
next
my
clip?
life, this is terrible.
Didn't
bro.
he say
Y'all
go to the next clip? That's how
Y'all
you know
terrible.
he's stunting
And
right
then
now.
I thought you was a straight. I
hey,
thought you was
nah,
a real
this
guy,
is a
bro.
this is a
'cause you
front,
gave
bro.
me your
What you
word
trying to
that
do is you
gonna
trying
be
to
about.
twist.
You gave me your
This
word
is
that you was
first.
gonna
You
call it
said,
back.
did you
How
say
this
go
fair?
to the next clip or
How
not?
this fair? You ain't let us say
You
the case
said
yet.
go to the next clip. That's what you said.
ahead.
Y'all boys pathetic, bro. No, I didn't. I said let's go.
So you
to
don't
the
want
next
the clip
topic.
of the facts.
I don't want to keep going through your clips because that ain't the whole.
And I
fucking
said
basis
after
of the
this clip,
debate.
you next.
It's not even on the debate. This is off the subject. What the hell we can't? This is off. No, the fuck it is not. This is off the subject. Hold on, nigga. I'm talking now.
No, I was talking, nigga. Yeah, you mean you ain't gonna just jump here and be like, nigga, I'm talking, nigga. You ain't gonna act like you running me.
You been over talking me this whole time, nigga.
Run the whole show. This part of
the hell you on?
No, it ain't no, because you the one said I'm responding to you, Henny, specifically. Henny, you said you wanted a buka. Did you not?
Your rules, and you talking
did
about
you say that or not, Henny?
You already broke the trust, nigga. You just told me.
Henny, did you say that or not?
And you lied.
I'm finna mute this dude.
You lied.
Because that's what he doing. He playing, bro. He ain't serious right now. I got
that what you did.
So he muted. So Hen,
Oh, so
Didn't
hold
you
on
just
now.
say
That's,
Booker?
hold on. How you gonna mute this nigga? And you gave us your
Because
word.
he
You
ain't
wouldn't do no
stopped
fuck
talking.
shit.
This ain't
You
fuck
ain't stopped
shit, 'cause he
talking.
keep talking.
You lied.
Because I'm
Yes, it is
talking to
fuck
you.
shit. What
I'm
does
talking
this gotta
to you.
do? What does
I'm
this
telling
got
you
to
because
do with
George
George
Pickens
Pickens
getting
being
traded
traded
for.
for Max
Didn't you
Crosby?
say? Didn't you
What does
say?
this got to
Didn't
do
you
with
say
George
Booker?
Pickens being traded for Max Crosby? What does
It
this
did
got to
that.
do with defending your point? You can't take
is.
5 hours to do it.
No, it ain't taking 5
ain't
hours.
even let us
Yeah, so we
present a
30
case to
minutes
them.
in. We
Nah.
30 minutes in, cuz.
So okay, we talking about a book, right? Didn't you say that
Nigga,
you
I'm
didn't
a
want a
real-
book?
What they got to
That's
do?
what you said.
If you answer the question of what this got to do with George Pickens being traded for Max Crosby and why we don't agree with it, let me know what actually why that shit matters to this.
Because
Let me know
it's
what kind
it's
of bearing does
trust.
this have.
Because it's showing that you capping.
What
Because you just said that Ibuka was what you wanted at 12, and I'm showing you that you
So
wanted
the
Matthew
hour
Golden by your own words.
the hour video of me talking about Emeka Ibuka doesn't mean shit. But your 5-second clip of me on draft night matters. Is that what you
It
telling me?
does matter, yes.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, so let's listen to the clip and we can respond.
I don't want to listen to no clip, bro. You ain't doing
'Cause
this
you
right,
trying to
bro.
control
You ain't
it.
letting us state no case. What you mean?
Okay, state your case and I'll come to the clip. What's your case?
Okay, let me state this case. Because this was so crazy about it. For one, let me make sure y'all hear this. For one, Team Weapons is operating in reality. Both of Team Trench's cases is imaginary. The shit don't even exist. Let me tell you why. For one, they talking about trading George Pickens for Maxx Crosby. That was never even on the fucking table. Nobody said that. Nobody asked for that. No team said that. Nobody ever said nothing like that. This is all imaginary that they even trying to come up with. And then one, I'm gonna tell you real talk, the real thing that they really fighting for. And I swear to God, even if you on Boss page, whoever the fuck page you on, if you keep it real and you call it straight, you know this is the truth. They really not even fighting for Maxx Crosby. You know what they really fighting for? They really fighting to change the way we play offense. That's all this fight is about. Because guess what? That's why they keep going at Pickens. Y'all want to fight against the style of offense we play. That's all this is about. And guess what? That ain't got shit to do with us. Because guess what? That shit is phony and imaginary as well. Because guess what? Shotty built this team. You talk about what Shotty wanted and what Shotty talk about. What the fuck did Shotty do? He built this team the way he built it. Y'all talking about I believe he want this. And the evidence say he want this. What did his team manifest as on the field for 2025? He went and got George Pickens. It is recorded by everybody saying that Shotty was stood on the table for George Pickens. But y'all talking about what do you want? What do you got to fight for? Y'all think he got to fight every single time? No, the man got a team that he built. But y'all talking about what he say and what you think he might want. That shit is pathetic. And I'm telling you straight up, both of y'all main cases is imaginary because we don't play football like that. For one, your Shotty built his team to play a whole different way. For two, that's y'all main case. Y'all mad at the way that we play offense. That's y'all main thing because guess what? It's no reason on the planet to put George Pickens in this equation. Y'all just don't like the way we built. That ain't got nothing to do with us. So I rest my case. I'm done. Y'all boys want to fight against the offensive style we play. That's why y'all can't help yourself but to add George Pickens.
Okay. For one, we can start by let's move on to one why yes, George Pickens was never brought up, but it's also which y'all will also admit that just because that was the price that Crosby went for doesn't mean it can change. Would you agree with that?
It don't matter what could. We talking about reality. Y'all operating in imaginary land. We talking about what happened. The man already got traded, Lou.
Landlord.
What is you talking about?
Did
he not get traded, Lou?
Hold on.
Did he not get traded for 2 first-round picks?
Landlord.
Answer that question.
Landlord.
I swear to God, I ain't saying that.
He got traded for 2 first-round picks.
Okay, I'm done.
But guess what?
Go ahead.
But guess what? The price never stays the same. That has never, ever been the case.
Why would it go up?
Why would it go up?
The same reason Pickens went up.
Exactly.
No. They had a failed trade. You gonna negotiate up. That's hustling backwards.
First of all,
That's
your
hustling backwards.
first of all, this is not hustling backwards. What did Jerry Jones say about picks?
He said plenty of shit about Pickens.
No, no,
what you want to say?
No, not Pickens, picks.
Tell me what he said. He said
they're the most valuable at draft time.
They're the most valuable at draft time. So yes, before the draft, when he got traded for, yes, the picks are going to be at his values, at the highest of the value. So now we're past the draft. The picks are not at their value. They're not at their highest value no more.
With questionable health.
Yeah, with questionable, and we're not trading them because before, the reason why we had their attention, we were trading 12. 12 was locked in. Now we don't have a locked in pick. We don't have a locked in pick for the next year. So we can't guarantee them 2 first-round picks anymore.
Right.
Matter of fact, if we give them the same offer we gave them last year, when they traded for Baltimore, by definition, it is worth less. If we gave them the same exact rim.
They need to get less. They only had one team that was offering 2 first-round picks. It was Baltimore.
Hold on.
They reneged, and we had the best offer.
Let me finish. Because y'all, once again, we're looking at it through a vacuum. Our offer literally shunned away the whole damn NFL. It was that valuable. Those 2 picks were that valuable until Baltimore came in. So we're saying now we're past the draft. We can't just assume that the same offer is going to, one, intrigue them. By definition, we can't wait. So we got to get their attention somehow. So how do you get their attention? Well, we don't have a boatload of picks because we were rich in assets. We were rich in assets before. We don't have a boatload of picks anymore. Now I'm looking around. What else do we have that's valuable? It's not just GP that we're looking at. We said Tyler Smith. We said even CD Lamb. All I'm trying to do is in order to improve this defense and using what I have to use other things that would be of value that they will listen to. They're not going to listen to a fucking pick that we have right now that's locked with the Jets. They're not going to listen to that.
And how you know that? You talked to them? They told you that?
Why would they listen to that, Henny?
Why wouldn't they listen to it?
Why would you listen to that pick versus 12 last year?
My God, they listened to one for 12 last year, but it's over with.
Henny,
That pick.
Henny,
Hold on. I was
rebutting my question. You didn't answer my question.
I was rebuttaling. I answered your question.
No, you didn't.
I answered your question. I said, why wouldn't they? Hold on, Luke.
That's not an answer.
Oh, you gonna let me answer the damn question?
I said, why would they look at that?
Are you gonna let me? Are you gonna let me answer?
Why would they look at 12?
Are you gonna let me answer it?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. 1, that fucking pick is gone. That's why. 2, most importantly, like I said, the fucking pick is gone. This is now. This is right now. They don't have any offers on the table right now, as reported for Maxx Crosby. If we offered them that pick and maybe a second or another first, why would they say no to that when nobody else is jumping up and down right now to get Maxx Crosby?
How do we know no one else is actually? Because I think there is another offer they have on the table.
You believe?
No, I know.
Can we
for
speak
sure.
in some facts?
No, we know for sure.
Okay, what's the offer? What's the offer?
The Eagles have an offer on the table right now.
What's the offer?
What's the offer, Lou?
They've been shopping Jalen Carter all summer.
What is the offer?
I said it. They've been shopping Jalen Carter all summer.
You telling us that they doing it, but you ain't gave us the offer.
So they have never shopped Jalen
Carter.
So you're telling me they have never shopped Jalen Carter the entire summer?
You just told me you knew they had an offer for a fact. So if you know for a fact,
I know at least they're shopping Jalen Carter.
No, tell me what the offer is since you know.
I said it. They're at least shopping Jalen Carter. They haven't paid him. They've been shopping him
straight up. That's the deal.
No, they probably gonna throw a pick.
So
you don't know the details of the pick of the trade.
What is the point of this? So because they have
you said you knew for a fact. You said you knew for a fact.
Hold on. You didn't answer my question. Why is this pick more valuable than 12 last year, Henny?
It doesn't matter if it don't gotta be more valuable, Lou.
Why?
It don't got to.
I want to go up.
It don't got to be more valuable at this point.
What you mean? It doesn't be
more
valuable.
God, it don't have to be more valuable.
No.
Are you gonna let me answer the fucking question, Lou?
You're not answering the question, Henny.
If you shut the fuck up and let me talk, I will answer the goddamn question, Lou. You can't keep fucking badgering me, nigga.
Hold on, relax, man.
I'm just saying, cause niggas keep trying to cut a nigga off, man.
It happens, bro. Is you tripping, bro? Relax.
I ain't fucking all right, bro.
You are tripping. Like you doing too much. We already talked about that. So you getting your rocks off. Just y'all going back and forth right now. Everybody passionate.
He was getting cut off, but Okay.
Yeah. I know, but all the extra stuff, everybody calm down. Let's back on. Who on? And then I'm next.
Go ahead.
Okay. So point that I was trying to politely make was that window has passed. Whatever they had on the table, everybody offered, Lou, by default is lesser. If they are going to move Maxx Crosby right now, at this point, any deal that includes pick will be by default lesser. But also, you got to remember this. Nobody else was talking about 2 first-round picks except for one team. If a first and a second was the second highest deal that they could get, what was everybody else at that point offering? They were offering either a veteran player and a second or some shit, or a first. Nobody else deals even came close to what the Dallas Cowboys offered. So what I'm trying to say is this: you can either sit there and eat Maxx Crosby contract, let him be there, you're still gonna be a bad team, or you can move him for the picks. We don't necessarily know what their price is right now as of July the 13th, 2026. Things change, how they feel about situations change. We don't know this for a fact, what they want. This is all conjuncture. This is all he say, she say, and educated guesses. So what I am saying,
because he went for 2 first-round picks. So
I mean, I know
I'm up next, bro.
I know that, but point being is this: like, we just can't assume that they want 2 first-round picks. Hey, we going a long way right now, assuming they want George Pickens when they done put all these assets at wide receiver. So I'm just saying, I know we're doing a lot of assumptions right now, but if you can assume that, I can also assume that they would still take picks. That's all I'm saying. And listen, Lou, my apologies. You're right. I didn't need to cuss at you like that. It's just been a rough day, so I'm sorry.
Man, I appreciate that. And you know, this is a very passionate debate, and it's the final debate, so everybody going for it. That's what it is, because we already committed that after this, we go join forces on team both of them, because we all been for obviously trying to build this team, because I truly believe that Landlord made the biggest point maybe 2 streams ago, when really the Rams is really putting all their chips in, and that should be the move. But we got to get this straight from a foundational point of how to build this team in case we don't go forward, in terms of really trying to get everybody or team both of them. So, Landlord, let me ask you a question. And Henny, this for both of y'all. And you kind of admitted it, Henny, so I don't really got to involve you on this. You said basically that, you know, or you're assuming kinda that because he went for 2 first, that's what he likely should be going for going forward. So if we offering Pickens, that's hustling backwards. That's how you believe.
I feel like it's worth, if you offer first and Pickens, I feel like that's more.
I got you. So the first thing I want to do is clarify that I understood. So I clearly understand what both of you are saying. Now, this is what I believe both of y'all are missing, that prices do change based on situations. Let me give you an example. I'm gonna play this clip. Now it's a clip based on your new argument.
I think George has just done an amazing job. I mean, he's exceeded all expectations. I think anybody, or we wouldn't have gotten him for a 3rd-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
What did he just say?
Exceeded all expectations.
Or we wouldn't have got him for a 3rd-round pick.
3rd-round pick.
Correct.
Right. So the price went up on him because of play, right? And because of what he did with Dallas. My whole point of that is saying the price of Crosby could go up because you also get new information now. The price of him then was off a fresh surgery where we really couldn't see how he was what?
Playing.
But it's almost like if you bought a car and it had AC was questionable, it would drop its price. But then if you get the car and that's clearly fixed, that car prices go increase in this value because now we have less risk on the car. It's the exact same thing with Maxx Crosby. We can't just assume because when he was in the off season, he was off fresh surgery. Now it's all kind of documentation, like him even being in his workout, having better burst and verse with no knee brace. So that alone then could give people the confidence to say we have more surety, so we're asking for more. So we can't just assume, which what both of y'all doing, that the 2 first was yesterday's price, and that's gonna be today's price. He's healthier, clearly tracking to be at training camp as full go. That won't increase his price.
Okay, let me ask you this, just to be fair. So the same way you just said that prices change, so it couldn't decline when you talk about a desperate team.
It could decline.
Would you consider the Raiders as a desperate team?
It could. I wouldn't consider them. I wouldn't consider them desperate. Not yet.
You wouldn't after they just had a botched trade, boss? This is the most desperate situation you can be. If I was your PR person for the Raiders, I would be in a panic. I wouldn't sleep because you had to clean that up.
You think that's desperate? I don't think it's desperate.
That is desperate. That is desperate.
But you talking PR. We talking football.
No, I'm saying you openly just botched the trade, bro, for the man, and his injury, his health was in question. Like, do you know what? Because I remember, I'm going to be real with y'all, no cap. I remember y'all saying that his injury wasn't even real. Y'all was saying like, he ain't really injured like that. I remember this. So I'm going to tell you exactly what he said about his injury, about the situation when they tried to do the trade. He said a quote about what he felt about the failed physical. He said himself, and I quote, "I was terrified." This man said he was terrified, and he said he had to go talk to his surgeon immediately because he didn't understand why he failed his physical, and he thought that he was recovering better than they had said. So that right there alone shows you that the man was already hurt. He actually failed his physical. Whether you want to believe it or not, he was not 100% healthy, and the man said that he was terrified about the results. You can go look up the quote. That was him coming from the horse's mouth. He said he was terrified.
He was terrified on what he was told, so he needed to get clarification. That's the whole thing. And if you go look at it closer, what really happened is more than likely the Ravens likely got cold feet because they was losing a bunch of picks. So they wanted to then transfer assets to Trey Henderson, which didn't have to give up picks, and they could get those picks back. So it's a whole lot of people that looked at the Ravens as the bad guy in that deal, not Crosby. Because then when they double checked, which was Dallas' doctor who actually did it, Dallas was still willing to do the first and the second because they was the ones who double checked him. So if they was willing to give up a first and second, that means his knee definitely was not botched. And it's clear right even now, you can look at the clips and the reports that he's tracking exactly what he was supposed to be tracking, and that's being ready for training camp full go. So the knee was a meniscus tear, which happened on week 7. So he played through it. So it shows you that the fact that he had the option to play through a meniscus tear showed you that it wasn't as bad, and it only came down was the surgery good. And the surgery was obviously good. But that's not even the point. The bigger point is this. It's killing the point that y'all trying to make that because the offer was 2 firsts, all you have to do is just give up 2 firsts, and then that's the deal go be done. There is a valuation now that he's looking healthier. He's actually doing things with no knee brace, right? He's actually tracking what they were supposed to be tracking and being right at training camp full go. It's reports up there, Baldy and all kind of people saying, I see no issue with his knee at all from him being out there at the trench camp that they just came from.
Okay.
He's at I won't finish.
Go ahead.
So he's at camps, not even at medical facilities. He's at camps, which is optional, which shows that he's ready to go. So when teams was willing to give up 2 firsts, and like you said, he said out his mouth he was unsure and this and that.
He said he was terrified. That was
terrified. So during that period, he's worth 2 firsts. Now it's documentation that he's already full go, no knee brace. All people getting eyes on him saying he ready to go. And now he not worth more. It don't make sense. So that means, therefore, with us not even having as many picks as we had before, sometimes the discussion could become, well, what assets do we have? If y'all want more. So what it's saying is y'all made an assumption. That's a bad assumption. Y'all made an assumption that yesterday's price was automatically going to be today's price. And he's healthier. He looks better. and it likely went up.
Can we be fair that that's exactly what you're doing, boss? You making an assumption?
No, I said a
no,
bad
no,
assumption.
no.
Not just an assumption. I said a bad assumption, and I spelled out what you did.
Did you not admit to having an assumption yourself?
No, you got to say the whole context.
You don't have
cherry picking me, bro.
You don't have no facts. You just assumed just like we did.
No,
you just agreed to me that the price could actually go down as well, boss. Said that.
The price could go down if they willing to trade him for less, but it's not gonna go down with other teams.
How you know?
Because he's clearly healthier, bro. Come on, that's how it works.
Can we be fair about that? Talking about he's healthy when at least can we see him perform on the field doing training? Hold on, doing training stuff in shorts is different from getting contact in an actual game. Let's not act like he's just 1,000% sure that he's healthy before he even played a game. Like, let's be real about that, bro. Come on now. Everybody look good in shorts. Like you have to see that in an actual game. You just assuming you just assuming that he's 100% healthy, so that automatically makes the price go up.
Okay,
that's not true.
Okay, you asked.
I'm not done. Just like you wasn't. It can also.
I got this, y'all. I got it.
It can also go down, just like you assumed. You tried to label ours a bad assumption, but you assuming as well. You don't have any facts. And one of the biggest things that we do have as a 1,000% fact that we can go look up as he went for 2 firsts. That is a fact. We know that. And I'm telling you right now, I feel like the Raiders are definitely a desperate team because they sat up here and botched the trade publicly. That don't even happen that much. They botched the trade publicly, and now they got to sit up here and act like Maxx actually want to stay there. That is a mess. That is a terribly ran organization. They got to do something about this. All they can do is sit up and lie. Do you think Raider Nation actually believe the shit that Maxx is saying? You think they really think that he want to be there? Come on, bro. They really need to do something with that situation. That is a desperate team in my book.
So you said, let me just say this real quick because he cut you. All right. So this is the deal. You say you need to see him take a hit. So
you have to actually play a football game. Yes.
Okay. So you got to play a game, or do you need to take a hit? You got to wait till a game, or what if he do it in preseason?
You got to actually. He don't play preseason more than likely.
Okay. No. If he plays preseason, then what?
Is preseason like the real game?
I mean, you putting on pass and you hitting. It's still physical.
Is that a real game, boss?
Yeah, because it's physical. You don't take out physicality because it's preseason. You don't go half speed.
In bad faith, bro. You know that's not the same.
It's not the same in terms of record, but it's the same in terms of physical. You trying to fast talk? Nah, bro. You ain't gonna let you do that.
You think
if you put on a pass,
physical as a normal NFL game?
If you putting on pass, yeah, boys is fighting for their life. It might be sometimes more physical.
Okay.
Cats is fighting for their life, bro. That cats ain't out there going no half speed. What you talking about?
You got it, bro.
Yeah, I know I got it because when you put on them pass and you under them lights, it's go time.
You ain't never took that type of
Romo got hurt.
Romo
got hurt in preseason.
But in this case, you want to say preseason to qualify
because
you never took that no other way.
Yes, he
Anybody
did, bro.
perform in the preseason, you never said, okay, that's enough for me to say he'll start. You never verified
you
nothing else. You never verified.
Yes, I have. You can't speak for me.
Preseason saying that was enough to qualify you for the regular
season.
But you want to alter that and try to
it's not
shape it. You trying
to play, bro. See, what you doing is you trying to talk in these technical generals, and it's not even honest what you're doing.
I'm going because about facts, bro.
Because you talking about people need to see him play. I'll play both of your games. I'm gonna still win this one. Because this is the deal.
Losing bad, bro.
Nah, you losing bad, and you play. All right, so I hear you. It's cute. But this the deal.
I'm being honest.
So see what's happening is when I'm whooping your point, you just doing these sly tactics like you keep talking. So this is the deal. And it's cute though. That's cute what you're doing. But this is the deal. So since you said that it take about seeing contact, but now preseason don't have contact, I go to your reach. Your reach is they need to see a game. So then if they see a game, which is going to be in about 6 weeks, then what happens to his price if he plays?
No, I said we need to see a game for you to assume that he's 100% healthy.
Okay, so you see a game. Okay. We see a game. We see a game. I'm going to ask you a question. You see a game, what's going to happen to his price? If you see a game and he play clean, he play good. What's gonna happen to his price?
It might
Is it gonna
stay
go
the
up or
same,
it's gonna stay the
or
same?
it might go up.
Because he already being valued at around 2 first-round picks. If you look at the history of edges, that's around what they go for.
That's the point we was making on that clip. That y'all was trying to contradict. That's why we was showing 2 first.
I'm saying 2, but I said 2 first though.
Be fair
Yeah,
about
but
this.
remember,
Hold
it's
on,
not
be
full
fair about
context.
this, though.
It's
Let's
2
be
first.
fair.
Why it was uncertain on his knee.
Let's be fair, boss. Because
But
we
and
gotta be fair.
Now,
about
if
this.
he's
This right
healthy,
here
what
gonna
happens to his price?
This right here gonna let me know if we operating in good or bad faith. Let's be fair about this. The Ravens offered 2 firsts, right? Yes or no?
Oh, yeah, of course.
The deal was 2 firsts, right? Okay,
Right.
Listen.
Say the whole thing, though,
Okay.
landlord. 2 first while he was what?
Injured. I guess you want that. Was
Right.
You want?
But I
Okay,
don't think
listen.
they
Fresh
had
off
He
surgery.
wasn't injured yet.
No,
So
fresh
first of
off
all-
surgery. Fresh off surgery. That's the full context.
Time out.
So it was 2.
Time
It was
out.
2 first at that time of
Boss.
surgery. After surgery,
Okay, can
he's
I finish now?
beyond that. I want you to say the whole context.
Okay, fresh after surgery, his price was 2 firsts, right?
Right.
Okay, can we be fair to say that if they offer 2 firsts and they seen the results, that by default says that they didn't want to pay that no more. So that price went down in that manner, right? Because guess what? Listen now, just be honest, because this gonna let us know if you being crazy or not. Okay, listen. If they said no, that's too much. Because guess what? If the Raiders would have said, okay, just give us a first and a second, the deal would have been done. For them to take that deal back for 2 firsts, they said that was too much. So by default, that means the sale went down in their eyes. That by default, that means that. Because guess what? They had the deal done. No, they had the deal done and they took it back. If they would have got a cheaper deal, if they would have said, okay, Max, give me Max for a 2nd round pick. If they said that, the deal would have been done. So obviously they said, no, that's too rich for our blood because we don't trust this shit no more. So that means automatically by default, by that conclusion, the price went down 100%.
Can I add this?
Yeah, I mean, the next best offer was the first and the
can
second.
we be honest with that though?
The next best offer at the time was the
By
first and the
default,
second.
for that deal not to go through,
Yeah,
that
he didn't
means
go
the price
through.
went down.
He didn't go through for those 2 firsts at that moment. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think we're forgetting the context of the Ravens. It was too expensive for them because they literally lost 11 free agents that week to the Giants. That's why they didn't want to do it. And that's why the speculation around the league is seeming to be true.
Yeah.
That was expensive for them.
But yeah, they fugazed them.
They fugazed because they literally
they saw all them balls got out the door and was like, "Whoa, we go meet these picks." Right.
They locked the board and they got
Right.
Trey and Maxx. They should have got penalized this. We also are not forgetting one big thing that can rise up the price for Crosby, and y'all will admit it.
What's that?
Our season. Can I ask y'all a question? Do y'all think about 10 years ago, Amari
that's
Cooper was
real.
always worth the first?
I would say no.
They said that we were over paying for Amari Cooper. I remember them saying that.
Boy, that boy Henry keeping it real, man. You all right with me, bro?
But see, I'm also rebuttal though. You know,
okay, go
because listen, I can be impartial, but I also want the same from y'all.
Yeah, of course.
So point being, like, I understand your point.
Yeah.
But do you remember why only one team offered the 2 first-round picks for Maxx Crosby to begin with? It wasn't just the need. They were also talking about his age and how most edges, don't go for that much at a certain age. Now, Myles Garrett was the exception.
I didn't hear nothing about that, bro. I promise.
Okay, so it's fine. I'm pretty sure I could find something in the ether for it. It's
Please,
cool. I
need to see that.
I don't have anything prepared for it.
Okay.
But they were just talking about, he would have been at that time the oldest edge to go, for that amount. Khalil Mack was younger when it happened. Frank Clark was younger. All these other premier edges were younger at that point when they were moved. But then Myles Garrett came and he shattered that. So that was sort of a moot point. But point being, like, some getting older, being another year removed, can he keep having his price increase? It gets to a point where, regardless of the player, he ain't 30 right now, but he'll be 30 next year. So point being, like, when does it get to the point where somebody value plateaus? Because even with like a premier wide receiver, eventually their value plateaus. Eventually, edge's value plateaus. You know what I mean? Like Von Miller at 37 is not the Von Miller he was when he was 30.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like just by the natural progression of playing in the NFL, as you get older, your value drops slightly. So is it not fair to? And again, this is all assumptions. This is all assumption, but is it not fair to assume that his price might hold, not get bigger, not drop? It might just stay clear and hold like the stock market. You know, it might just hold right there.
That's a possibility. That is a possibility. It could go lower if teams not willing to take on the risk. It could go higher if he keep, having drills and stuff that look good and preseason look good and then games look good and then he start having early performance and go higher. It could plateau. It could plateau just because it might be some skittishness on age. I think that's a fair point. If there's some real skittish on age, yeah, it could plateau. So the whole point though is that basically everybody conceded that yesterday's price is not today's price, and that's our point. That's the only point we was making, because in the previous, when y'all responded, y'all was basically like saying they already gave the price of him, and we all agreeing now that can change, up, high, middle, true or false.
It could go down too, though, boss.
I said up, down, middle, bro.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's what you push for, like it was the truth. It could go both ways.
No, I said it all, bro. I said it all. When you said it could go down, I never disagreed with that, bro. Never.
Okay.
So I said but the point was,
which one got more indication that it could go down, though? Because we just seen the deal didn't go through. To me, that's a big indication that the shit went down.
We having this because this is the word got to come full circle. That sometimes you have to look at assets. That's the only thing we was making, because we are now what we doing is we cross-examining the reaction that y'all did to us. So the reaction that y'all said was, look at these guys, yesterday's price, this is what it was. We making the point that it could change. That's the point of maybe having to look at assets. So are we now in agreement to that?
Yeah, it could, but you deal with that when we get there.
No, you deal with that before we get there.
Y'all finding stuff like I said. Okay, so if it was, that's what made me say it was the style of play that y'all fighting against. Really, it really ain't got that. It sounds like more the style of play is what y'all fighting against.
No, it's not.
No, I said, can I finish, bro? I said it sounds like it. I reply?
Said that earlier, but go ahead.
I'm saying that's why I went back to what I said, because. Okay, if that's the case, why you ain't talking more about trading one of your guards? Y'all ain't talking about that. Y'all mentioned it, but y'all whole campaign been trade pick.
That's a lie.
Oh no,
y'all mentioned it, but y'all ain't banging.
Let me rebuttal.
That's a lie, bro.
Let me rebuttal.
More than Pickens.
Let me rebuttal.
Everybody in this chat know y'all for talking about trading Pickens.
That's not true, bro. You lied on me, bad. You said the exact opposite of what I've been saying.
Y'all banging equally.
Man, I told you that, bro. I literally told you that I agree with you that we shouldn't be just looking at Pickens, bro. I agree with you, and you just lied on me, bro.
You operating in bad faith, bro. So
he didn't say that you didn't say it at all. He said you ain't banging as hard for Tyler.
You banging way more to trade Pickens than you is anybody else. That's a fact.
That's not true, bro. I do my own content, bro. I know what I said, bro.
So we look on your page. Is there a Tyler Smith for Maxx Crosby video?
No, there ain't no Tyler Smith.
Anywhere near as many of those than it is for George Pickens.
No. It's not, because I actually value Tyler Smith above them two receivers.
You just made my point.
But at the same time,
the style of play, bro.
No, okay, really all right. Let me speak for me, because I don't need you speaking for me. Let me speak for myself. It's not the style of play, bro. It's a quality asset if need be, and us being ready to make a move if it presents itself. That's what it's about. It had nothing to do with just the style of play, because anybody that wants a style of play wants more. Nobody wants less. We all want more. So no, it's not fighting against the style of play, because if it'll be stupid as hell to be over here like I just want to get rid of a receiver just because I don't like the style. That's some dumb shit. No, you don't ever think that.
That's the case y'all banging them with.
No, bro, that's not the case. Let me say my own case. My own case has always been I'm open to trade any one of the number ones. I've been super consistently saying that, bruh. And that's why I said I don't want to just look at Pickens, bro. I said I want to look at any one of those number ones. Right now, the person who got the lead is Pickens to me. He had a better year. He was healthier, plus he younger. No. And if you do sign him, you go likely have a lesser cap hit than keeping CD Lamb. I look forward. CD Lamb's cap hit is $46 million next year, dog.
Boss, do you see the point I'm making, man? I ain't say that you didn't mention it. I ain't say that you didn't say it. But I said that your campaign to trade George Pickens was way stronger than it was to trade anybody.
Let me say
else.
how my campaign really went. No, it's not the facts.
People got eyes, bro. We saw
No, okay, all right, bro.
How you gonna deny what we
because
saw?
I know my content, bro. No, bro. Because how can a man actually speak being saying what he said, bro? It's crazy. I know what I said. I know how it started off. It started off with Pickens. But as I looked into it and as I did more research, I was like, you know what? Maybe not Pickens, but I am open for one of the number ones. That's always been my case. Now, the initial movement was Pickens. The initial thought was him. I did evolve some to two number ones. Either one of them.
But
yeah, I'm being fair.
I'm doing greater and lesser.
I'm also
That's all I'm doing.
Right,
I'm doing
this
greater
is,
and lesser.
Now, this is the thing.
Can you at least be foul about that, bro? Because we just being
the
honest.
only thing I can say is
this. Did you make more content about trading Pickens than trading any other assets?
No, I didn't. I did not. What I told you what I told you what I did, and it's easy to understand what I did, and I got all the receipts of what I did. When I first got the idea of this, I was open to it because I see Crosby as a better value than any one of the number ones, especially them together. But when my first thought was just Pickens at first. I didn't evolve very quickly, like within a week. And so within a week, I went from Pickens only to either one of the number ones. And I stayed on that for like weeks. So yes, maybe if you saw me in my very beginning, you thought that I was going at Pickens. But then after about a week, I was like, you know what? It ain't really right to do him like that because he might be the ascending guy. And I don't want to just target him. And so I've been on that. So you can't just say when I'm the one that done the content what I've been saying, and I know what I've been saying.
Boss, we've been watching the content too. You act like it's invisible after you make it. I'm not crazy. People ain't gonna tell you I'm crazy. Like I ain't saw your content. We've been saying this forever.
You watch all my shows,
bro? We started this whole war.
No, I'm asking. Do you watch all of it?
We reignited this war because of that.
You watch all of my stuff?
I watch a lot of your content. Hell,
so a lot is not all of it. Okay, so let me ask you a question. That's cool. So this is the deal. You just admitted to not watching all of it. The person who's done all of the content was me. So if I've done all my content, wouldn't I know better than somebody who watched some?
Okay, listen. Since I feel the one way and you feel another way, let's do a poll on what conversations that they know you for. Ask them, is it any other? Put a poll in the chat right now on any YouTube page, on Twitter, anything. Ask the question. No, wait a minute. Yes, ask the question. Do you know my content for trading George Pickens or any of the other ones? And see what happens. See what happens. Bro, just that's the reason. That's the
Why
reason
would we do a blind poll?
That's the reason that they attack.
Why don't we do a poll of the people who really watch my content?
That's the reason that they attack you when you made that post. That's the main reason. The people like, man, you always do this. They sick of it because they know you for trading George Pickens.
That's a damn lie. No, people that say that don't watch me.
Right.
That's because it's a lie.
I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I ain't say you crazy, but what I'm saying is you only watch some of my content, which you admitted. I've done all of my content, so I know what I'm saying. I know what I say. So we supposed to be subject to a reputation? What landlord say? I mean, what he write? I don't know what he write on.
He said I'm right.
I don't know what he write on.
Niggas know you for the
I'm not gonna say most of your content. Let me word.
That's what I'm saying. Goddamn. Thank you.
Let me word it right.
Okay.
I would say
your reputation
your
is to trade Pickens
to
guy.
push George Pickens.
So we should be subject to the reputation of what I said.
No. Listen,
If we would have made one video,
your
on this,
push,
they would've,
your push.
But he ain't make just one though. We know.
Can I finish the statement?
I
man?
did, bro.
Can I
Like,
finish the
goddamn,
statement,
bro. I
man?
ain't make no
Your
10,000
push
videos.
to trade George Pickens has been 20-fold more strong than trading anybody else on this team, and that is a fact. 90% of the chat will agree to me. Nothing but blind people will say that's wrong, boss. That's just the honest to God truth, bro. I'm not here to lie. If we can't make a fact in good faith, come on, bro. You denying it, and everybody else, 90% of people is right, bro. Come on now, 90% of these people.
Where's this 90%? You pulling numbers out your ass. 99.
99% of people in the chat.
Man, I don't see that. I'm looking at the chat.
D-Shift took. What's my guy's name right here?
Johnny Wood said the evidence is strong on you, boss. Tuck said, yeah, you right. Reddit, hold up, bro. I'm telling you, bro, this is bad.
99.
These are your people. Your people in here.
Footwalker, bro. He absolutely was advocating to trade Pickens.
I have to agree with Land.
I agree with Land, bro.
Land ain't lying. Leonard, I don't even know these people.
Okay.
You know them,
Hold on, landlord. Ask them, have they ever heard us include CD?
Body bag.
No, because
your people agreeing with me. That's a body bag, bro. Wrap them up.
People, it takes one video. It takes one video. One video for you to get a reputation.
Zip them up.
So Henny, you have
but
never
you
heard.
saying it takes one video to make a reputation when you got 63 of them.
Landlord, you have never heard us say CD Lamb. You never heard us say CD Lamb.
That ain't what we asked them. We asked them what they heard more of.
Why you didn't ask them?
We asked them what they heard more of. Make a harder push for.
Why? So you ain't never heard us say CD Lamb.
Who said never?
Which one why you putting the word on?
We said
you're asking them. You're asking.
We asked you who let you get away with it. No, we're not gonna let you get away with them dance moves, Lou. No, sir.
Dancing around what?
I said which one was a harder campaign?
A harder campaign?
Yes. Which one did y'all make a harder push for, Lou?
So all season. No, hold on,
Show me the Tyler Smith trade videos, Lou.
Show me when we
were Pickens.
Show me during the season we was not over here challenging CD Lamb. We weren't challenging CD Lamb.
George Pickens. Show me.
We didn't say you didn't challenge CD Lamb.
We didn't challenge CD Lamb.
You did challenge him. We said trade. We said trade. We said trade. Where are your trade CD Lamb videos? Your trade Tyler Smith videos.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, bro. On my life, bro. If I was y'all, I would have just conceded to that one. Y'all look very untrustworthy right now. No count.
No.
Real talk. I would have
No.
conceded to that. If you was keeping it
No.
real, you would have just had to concede.
You pushing it extreme on them.
You got 63 videos.
90%. You said 90%. Why
no,
can't
you
you?
heard no.
You lying.
I guarantee
You lying.
Very hard. You heard him
Very lying.
been very hard, boss.
No,
He
bro.
said, "I ain't never seen receivers block the first." Gavin,
guaranteed you that most of your people are go to your channel.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it.
We read it.
Because you're going to be dishonest. Hold on.
No, he said this CD Lamb shit.
Let me see.
He ain't never been here.
Let me see what your chat box say.
Anybody who never heard
I've
of
been
Let's go
saying
look
this
at that,
constantly, bro.
Hold on. Let me see what your chat
as a matter of
box
fact, F that. Amp ain't said nothing in an hour. Let Amp
Tebow
talk.
said facts, Land. Footwalker. On my life, I don't know these people. Footwalker said, Land, you right on this. I was starting to think that the man just don't like Pickens. Honestly, this is your chat box. These are people that I do not know.
This is insane.
Cowboy fan Trey said fight back, boss.
So we have never
Anthony
said
Fane.
this.
Who said never? You hold on to the word never.
Y'all are literally.
Why you keep saying never, bro?
That boss,
Bro.
being traded
Cuz, come on, bro.
So you're making it seem like we
These
own.
people in their feelings, bro.
Marcus 3492 said I have to agree with Lamb.
I asked. Listen, I asked.
This is your chat, by the way.
All I asked
CFO
was, what do they
Sports,
know this man
We know
for?
that he's going to be neutral. He says landlord is right.
They're gonna point out a damn CD Lamb trade video over what's been happening this offseason.
It's a lot of people in your chat box saying I'm right, and the people that don't want to say it, they trying to save face. They know. They ain't even talking about it. They just look. They ain't even.
Devin said y'all started this, but man, listen. Hold on. Hey, can we hold on?
Let you go here, but we got to make sure we put a stamp on this. Nobody brought up George Pickens' name but Team Trenches. Not NFL people, nobody else, but Boss, Lou, Amp, and all the other people.
NFL people
Brian
did what
And
you
Brian
talking
Rodgers.
about it.
Brian Rodgers
No,
with us.
no, bro, that's a damn
Brian
lie, bro.
Rodgers
No,
mentioned it,
bro.
Nobody else.
No,
I've heard
it's
Kavanaugh mentioned it.
many NFL
Everybody
people
been
brought up
talking about it.
Pickens, bro.
Everybody been talking about it, bro.
No, that's a lie, bro.
This is a
That's
lie, bro.
Man,
This is
hold
lies.
on.
This
Dan
is lies,
Griziani
man.
brought it up, man. See, that's what you go. You
105,
talking about trustworthy, you
105.3.
lying,
Who
bro.
these random Italian man? Who?
No, he said the NFL didn't. He lied, bro. That's
Ain't
not
nobody
true.
pushing this but y'all, boss.
That's
So Dan
Ain't
Griziano
nobody
didn't make a
pushing
trade
this but
Who
y'all.
is Dan?
from
Oh.
Y'all acting
ESPN,
like he
Benny.
got
I don't
something
watch
to do with the team.
ESPN.
So,
Do he
but
got
you
something to
asked
do
him
with
who
the
he is. You act
I
like
just
he
said
don't
I don't watch
exist.
ESPN, nigga.
And you do know who he is.
I
That's
make
the first-
content.
That's the first time we saw that trade package. Why y'all lying?
man.
You lying, bro.
I don't know this
Many
random
people,
man.
bro. Many people brought it up,
yeah,
bro.
many
This
people-
ain't
Man, ain't
no.
nobody
I don't know
pushing
this
but
man.
Team Trenches, bro.
Boy, you lying on
That's
us.
crazy.
I really
Alright,
don't
so-
know this
So
man.
when I show receipts, he lies. I need y'all same energy.
Maybe
in the
if you
chat.
showed me, I might know him. You got to
I'm
tell me.
finna pull
I asked
it,
who this
bro.
man was.
I'm
I didn't
finna
ask who
pull
the
it,
damn
bro.
man was. And y'all got
So-
offenses.
so,
I just
hold on.
supposed to remember everybody.
Let's establish a baseline.
No,
Nobody else in the space has mentioned this entire offseason about trading Pickens and possibly mentioning GP. That's y'all claim?
He's saying it's just us.
Now,
He lying.
we talking about
I know the Raiders ain't-
initially.
Say less.
The teams
I know.
that's
I know the
actually
Raiders
doing
ain't
the
saying,
deals-
"Hey, I want George Pickens." I know the Raiders
teams
ain't
that
said that
actually
shit.
doing the deals. Did they mention it?
Say less.
Did the
Did they
Raiders? Did the Raiders say they want George Pickens?
What?
Did the Raiders say they want George Pickens?
You asked me, did anybody in the space?
I'm asking you now
And
specifically. did the
landlord
Raiders
said
say-
nobody was but
You
us.
said nobody but us.
Man,
You said
y'all know.
nobody but us. You're
Come
moving the
on.
goalposts.
Come on, man.
So
Who was
let me, I got it. This Dan Graziano. Just give me a second. Let me just show it. So I got plenty.
Dan Graziano off of a 2026 first round pick, number 20 overall.
So nobody
And
but us. huh?
then Crosby 2020.
How early was that? Because y'all was early on this. Y'all was early on this.
He offered. He said that right when the season wrapped up. Before they started even talking. Oh, before everything. Just when Pickens hired, what's the name? They
Y'all know I'm talking about people that actually matter to the equation.
No,
Y'all just gonna
you said
show
nobody.
writers and shit.
Nobody. You said nobody.
You said nobody. NFL.
Everybody.
It's a whole lot of
That's
people. See,
pathetic,
nah,
That's
see,
pathetic,
you
bro.
pushing that
Real talk.
goalpost.
Hold
yeah.
on. I'm
So
sorry. you
nobody
guys.
is.
Hold on. I gotta apologize because I called this man a random Italian man, and that was just uncuffed. So my apology. That sounds crazy as hell.
Good lord.
I did. I said, who this random Italian man y'all mentioned? Yeah, that do sound crazy. So my apologies. Like, did you say that in a vacuum? It sound wrong. You know what I mean, man? So yeah, my bad. I say it's been
I'm
a
gonna
day.
say this. I'm gonna say this. I ain't speaking for Boss right now. I'm not speaking for Lou. I am speaking for Amp.
Mhm.
And looking at the way things unfolded, my statement has always been in regards to George Pickens, offering him up for Maxx is a last resort. That's where I'm coming from. I'm not leading with that. We could trade what they had offered initially. Okay, it's late in the season. Okay, the pick we had this year, okay, those are gone now. So things have shifted.
We finna get messy. I got something for you.
We again
Watch
a
this.
last resort.
Watch this.
There are other things that can take place before we get there. My only statement was if it ever came down to it, this is my whole argument, and you have to pick one or the other, I am leaning towards Maxx Crosby because looking at our roster, and as great as Dak Prescott is, I believe you can still have a solid offense while shoring up the defense. And the reason I say that having a premier edge is so essential, yes, we got Caleb Downs. But in my opinion, I still got question marks because of injuries, etc., with our DBs,
Let me
primarily
ask you a question.
quarterback room.
Okay. My bad. You was done?
Go ahead, dog. You got it.
Okay. I'm just trying to see, man. I have to ask this question. And it's messy as hell, but I gotta challenge. I gotta see if y'all gonna keep it real. Okay. Not Boss, because Boss already denied it. He denied everything. He pleaded the fifth. So, Amp Sports. I'm gonna ask you
hold on,
straight
man.
up.
No,
I'm
hold
ask
on.
you straight up.
See, you doing some
up.
extra. You doing
I'ma
extra
ask you
lies,
straight-
dog.
See, he ain't even let
It's
me talk.
wild.
Listen, Amp Sports, straight up.
You
Tell
said
the
I
truth.
denied.
No, yeah. Without the question I'm asking, yeah. Amp, be honest. The people watching you, you know what I'm saying? Be real. Keep it 100. Did the content that Boss Cowboy and Lou make push towards more of trading George Pickens or any other player? Which campaign was stronger that you saw as a content watcher? Which one that you saw? Which campaign was harder? Just be honest.
You talking about as far as offering up Pickens or in comparison to what?
Which one that you see a harder push for them to push to trade Pickens or any other player from the content that they have been making all summer? This is great.
No. What I did?
You just was in very
Which one, bro? Just tell me which one.
Percentage-wise, I did see more of George Pickens.
Okay, thank you. That's all I'm saying. But
we're not
we
denying that the other content exists.
We not
we
saying
know they
that
made
you
other
never
content
said
on.
none of that other stuff. That ain't the point.
No,
I
I see
said
what
that the
y'all saying,
campaign
but it's
to
okay.
push George Pickens off the cliff was way stronger. That's all my argument was, and can't nobody deny that if you're going to keep it 100% real. Can you deny that, Lou?
Yes.
Please tell me how, because
Why?
you looking bad right now.
I'm not looking bad because
How
I
much
remember.
content did y'all make
Hold
about
on.
trading George Pickens?
Let me tell you the reason why. Let me tell you the reason why this shit is wild that you're doing right now. Because not only that, y'all hated when we was pinning them versus each other during the fucking season, and we was
Why
getting
would
out
you
here
do all that? Why?
Because the whole point of it is that we were challenging CeeDee Lamb. We were literally challenging CeeDee Lamb. We've been saying it from the beginning. We've been saying it from the fucking beginning that we was preferring George Pickens over CeeDee Lamb. Now, if you're saying what have we done content on or what's been talked about, I think you're trying to loop in that the subject of the whole entire offseason has been about GP and not CD. So is that
my whole point is, let me say it one more again, real slow. All right. I said that y'all made, okay, if we had a scale, let's say the Pickens videos, trade Pickens videos on the left side. The trade any other person on the planet is on this side. Which side would stack higher? If they was tangible videos and we can stack them on the table, which one would be higher?
So you mad that we didn't? You're saying
I'm asking you a question, bro. Which one would
saying,
be higher?
are you saying you wanted us to make flat out trade CeeDee Lamb videos?
No, you could have traded anybody else. You could have
Who
had
else?
Tyler Smith.
We said we were open to trade Tyler Smith.
You said it, but how
You
many
said it,
videos
yes.
did you make about it?
Do I have to make videos to save my claim now? Is that
You lost, bro. I'm done.
I'm lost?
Yeah, you're lost.
How am I lost?
Because he's
This
saying
debate.
more. He's saying
You
more.
lost.
So he's saying we did more. So this is the deal.
You
But
pushed
that
that
wasn't-
campaign way
hold
harder
on.
than
This
anybody.
is-
Because one was the subject of the offseason and one
This is
wasn't.
not-
If y'all
that's-
would have kept it real, bro. Y'all should
Nah, that's what you're not doing is real.
Y'all could have just conceded to that, bro.
It's not, you ain't got to concede what you didn't
That's
do.
bad business, bro.
No, you don't concede what you don't do. So I keep receipts on my content.
So you did not make more George Pickens video, man. This is a plain question. This is all I'm saying.
Let me finish what I'm saying, homie. So this is the deal. Who is the subject of our talk right now?
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all
The subject of our. So hold on.
Y'all make.
No, hold on. I know I make content. Just who is
y'all decide what y'all want to make.
We the only ones on the stand.
Henny. Henny landlord, can I please finish what I'm
This
saying?
is bad business, bro.
Nah, cause you being manipulative what you doing.
No, I'm being
you
honest.
being real
I'm
slick.
being real.
Yeah, so let me finish what I'm saying, bro. Let me finish what I'm saying. It's real simple, bro. It's real simple.
Come on now.
The
I'm
talk
gonna say
of
something back.
everybody's content is Pickens. If I asked you who did more content on Pickens, it would be you.
It's Pickens.
If I asked
But
Henny,
it's
no, hold on,
Pickens.
dog.
You left out a big
bro.
word.
Like you've been
You left out
talking
a
a long.
big word. That's
Bro,
it.
hold on, I gotta mute this nigga. God damn.
You left out a big
Like
word, bro.
shit. This
You
nigga
left out a
idiot,
word.
bro.
You lied.
Bro, like,
Come
you
on.
said trade Pickens.
He said it's
Like-
Pickens. Like we
Now,
just
hold on.
talking
All right,
about Pickens.
So
Come on.
yeah. So cause see what you arguing is who did more content. The subject itself is gonna generate more content. With you, landlord, see how you keep trying to talk? Cause I'm talking, he should be quiet
You gotta
right now.
say trade and George Pickens, bro. You ain't.
So this the deal. So when it come down to Pickens itself, and you saying more, even if it's trading, he's gonna have more content with you, landlord, Henny, Amp, anybody that's consistently doing content. He was the talk. Period. Whether you was defending them, whether you want him to get paid. If you ask me if I did more content on should we pay him or not, that's higher. Because that's the subject. So because you trying to make it seem like because it's a lot of talk about it, and we've been likely keeping up with the talk about it, that we've been just trying to shoot holes at him. That's not been the case. That's not been the case. So if you see more content on Pickens, that's a false assumption to me that that's primarily who we've been targeting. When I know my own content and I know what I've been saying, and I said the timeline and how it started. Yes, it did start like that. But then when I transferred to, hey, maybe no, that ain't how we should be doing it. I stayed on that. I didn't change from that.
Please, can I ask one question? I swear I'm gonna be quiet.
You gonna have to let Cass finish. God damn.
Go ahead, bro.
God damn, bro. Like shit. I don't say shit when you talking, bro. Everybody.
That's a lie. That's a fucking lie.
I've been sitting here the last 10 minutes letting y'all go off on this false ass fallacy, bro.
That's a lie.
I've been watching y'all go off on this false ass fallacy, and I've been sitting here. So as I'm rebuttaling to this shit, this is the deal. And it's the same thing. I ain't gonna say it again, but yeah, it's all us did more content on Pickens. So if you doing more content on Pickens, it's gonna seem like you going to him. But I know what I've been saying, and nobody that watched me part-time go tell me what I've been saying full-time.
Okay, this is the problem, boss, because you conveniently, repeatedly keep leaving out the word trade. We not crazy about you.
Even trade, bro, because he's the topic.
Out of that, bro. So you just told me you didn't say nothing when I talked. You just told me that.
My fault.
Okay, you conveniently doing the fucking tap dance,
and that's a lie.
All kind of dancing.
Because I said even in trade, that's a lie.
You still talking when I'm talking, but you want to mute me though.
My bad. I mute me. I mute me. I'm muted.
Once again, the man conveniently go back and rewind this. I want y'all to make sure you take your time because you're not that smooth, bro. You're not gonna dance out of this. You're dead, bro. This is a casket. This is what you call a casket, sir. You conveniently keep talking about, oh, we made subjects on Pickens. No, the subject matter was what here?
Trade
Pickens. Why did you conveniently keep repeatedly leaving that word out?
I did
guess
not.
what?
I said
no, because you
we
made the
rewind
case.
it.
No, sir. You made the case about Pickens being the topic. You kept talking about, oh, everybody.
And I said even with trade,
are you gonna keep talking when I'm talking? You kept making the case that Pickens, just normal general Pickens, was the topic, and conveniently leaving out the word trade. That's why I kept saying something, because you're being dishonest and you're operating in bad faith. Sir, the point is, nobody was talking about trade Pickens at the rate that you were. That is a fact. So you can deny that all you want to, but your videos say different. I rest my case.
Yeah, and it's
Can
a lie.
I ask a
It's
question?
a whole lie.
Before we got to that, boss, let me ask you this.
Dude, lied.
Weren't you a part of Pay Pickens?
Yes.
Weren't you a part of that campaign?
Super.
Were we not all a part of that campaign?
Was that campaign strong as trade Pickens?
Hell yeah, it was.
We was the main one saying what his worth was, but y'all was downplaying his worth. We said he was worth 40 million. Y'all was downplaying. Y'all was downplaying. Y'all was downplaying. We said he was worth 40 million. Y'all was saying it. We was saying it the entire offseason. But everybody in the goddamn chat want to forget that.
That came first. That preceded. That preceded everything. That's what we all wanted.
So the person that was saying that Pickens was worth $41 million was me and Lou, bro. The most content. Yeah, we were fighting everybody on what his true worth was, bro.
Writers and all too. Making videos.
Yeah, so we did way more content on what his real worth was, what he should be paid for.
In videos,
This is
who
bad,
did the
bro.
most? Who did the most in the
This is
nation as
bad,
far as
bro.
pushing for Pickens? I wait.
This is bad, bro.
Then we were making the most. We made budget videos. Yeah, I said it, and I still stand on it. I don't like he on the fucking tag, taking him $28 goddamn million.
That's that $1 million.
I said that a million fucking times.
I said that.
I said that a million goddamn times.
Way more content on what his value is.
I made a whole fucking movie, like Tuck said, about his worth. Y'all fucking lying.
They lying.
We discredit Pickens.
For real.
No, I made a whole fucking movie, spent 8 hours on that bitch. But nobody, everybody's saying.
So how
I've been saying trade him.
Pickens though?
Huh?
Did you?
I didn't make a video. No, I didn't make a video on trading Pickens.
You
When
made
I
plenty.
you went put an idea out there.
You were just in the
put an idea out there.
He can make the videos.
If you're saying, if you saying,
And
if
you
we
tried to start the show out with talking about trust, and y'all come up here and lying in everybody's
No,
face.
the
Bro,
person that
everybody
lied.
like you lying, bro.
The line. No,
Don't
the
lie.
lies is
Lies,
you.
y'all.
You lied.
But
First, y'all
nobody
lied
in
and
this
said
chat
that
feel
y'all
like I'm
undefeated,
lying. Nobody in this chat,
and that's why you start crying.
All right,
Nobody
I
in this
put a
chat.
You
poll up
never
to
stop
see.
crying.
I put a poll up on
But
my
you
end
started
to
offline.
see.
Bro,
to
y'all
see
should have
who-
conceded
This was a
that
whole.
one, bro.
It was
Y'all
a
shoulda
whole lie.
conceded that one,
When you
bro. I
came
ain't
out
gonna
and
lie to
said,
you.
when you
I'm
came
not
out and
gonna lie
said
to
y'all
you, bro.
undefeated, that
Y'all
was a
shoulda
straight lie.
conceded that one.
'Cause
Y'all
that was this
I
is
think
you
y'all
right
keep
here.
trying to dance away
weapons
from
too.
this. Listen,
I would change the subject too.
yeah, I would.
12 votes in, 100% saying
What's up,
no
bro?
more trading Pickens content.
Y'all want me
bad.
to get off?
That's
No.
bad.
Hey,
14 votes.
y'all won,
You
bro.
can show that
Hey,
video as much as
congratulations.
you want. Then we got
15
George
votes,
Pickens.
still
That's all that
100%.
matters.
Nah.
Look, boss playing in our face, man. People
Nah,
man,
it's
you
that
up in the
trust.
chat, bro.
16
that
votes,
trust.
still 100%.
You came
Everybody
out,
keep voting.
You lying.
Man, y'all, please participate in this chat, bro. Don't lie.
Yeah, everybody
Tell the
keep
truth.
voting.
Keep it
Come
real.
over here and vote.
Keep it real. Cause he gonna say I'm lying. I ain't gotta lie on you, bro.
They gonna
Your
vote.
evidence say you.
They
you
gonna
that's
vote.
what happened.
Vote.
Your video, your
17.
catalog
The
say what
landlord,
happened.
100%.
they gonna vote if they saw one video of us. They fucking
No,
Right.
that's not. So you telling me you made one video?
Landlord.
You
Are you
telling me
gonna-
you made one?
No, I'm saying they gonna say this shit if we did make one video on
What
this
matters?
shit.
What does that matter when you made 35 of them hoes?
We didn't make 35
You
videos
lying.
saying trade Pickens. You're lying. You're
lying, bro.
Every team
Get out of
weapons,
Man.
team trenches video is a Trey Pickens video, nigga. That's what you only arguing about. We didn't find these hoes our damn selves.
No, you gotta actually
know,
listen
go
to
ahead.
my video. You can't actually just look at a thumbnail, bro. You gotta go in there and listen to me talk. And when you hear me talk,
It's a good attempt at a spin, man. But
no,
y'all
it's not,
fell
man.
invincible,
See,
I'm not
bro,
gonna lie.
nah, bro. You cat.
Y'all
I,
should conceded that.
I did my content, bro. I've done my content, so I already know what I
Mute me
said.
again. Y'all should have conceded.
Yeah, I hear you. That's cute. But this the deal.
was saying,
I've done
man,
my
that shit
content.
last year.
So yeah, so it's I know what I said. So if you click on the videos, I know what I've been saying. I've been saying either of the ones, bro, for long now. Yeah, been saying that. And I said on the last time I did content with you, true or false, I said it's one thing that landlord said that I said that's true. I said so because I know you're trying to harp on Pickens and the amount of videos. If you listen to what I'm saying right now,
you ain't even admit to that.
Hold on real quick.
Oh, take
So
that
if you
bullshit
listen
off
to-
the screen.
So this is the deal. Hold on, I ain't see that. My bad, bro. So this is the deal. So I just told landlord this. I said, landlord, the biggest point you made, and I literally said this to him. I said is that we shouldn't be focusing on just Pickens because it's way more assets than just him, and he could mess around and be the best one.
I'm talking about more or less, man. That's all I'm talking
Okay, all
about.
right, bro. Like, and I said, like, even with trade, it probably is more because he's the topic. And I did say that. Yes, I did. I said, yes, likely he is more or less than CD Lamb or content on CD Lamb. Yes, absolutely.
because
right,
it's more talk about Pickens, period. So it's gonna just make sense that you have more with him on the topic of trade. But if you listen to my content, which I know I've done the content, and people ain't gonna be going in and showing where I'm saying opposite after a period of time when I said either one of them, because I've been consistent on that. So period. So this is the bigger deal. The bigger deal to this is what we got to really come down to. So if it came down to it, and y'all already answered this, why do y'all want to put more value on a second receiver than when the market is truly proven that premier edge rushers are valued more and affect your team more, and also agree with your coaches?
An hour and 30
You keep
minutes.
doing this vacuum talk, dog. You talking in the form of a vacuum yet again, yet you claim that we do that. The way that our team is constructed right now, your offense runs through those wide receivers. They impact your passing game and they impact your running game. If you had an actual elite running back that dictated the coverage that you see on the field, like when we had an Ezekiel Elliott, like when we had an Emmitt Smith, like when we had all these great running backs back in the gap, then we could have an open conversation about needing less at wide receiver. Or we had a dope pass catching tight end like when Jason Witten was young. Because remember, we are a team weapon. We just ain't team wide receiver, right? But
that's what
as
they
it
want to try to
currently
minimize us to.
But as it currently stands right now, your best impact players on your offense is CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and George Pickens. If you take one of them out of the equation, do we really want to see Jake Ferguson ass get more balls thrown his way after what you saw last year? Do you really want to put more heavy boxes on Javonte Williams when he was one of the lowest, when he went against one of the lowest amount of heavy boxes in the league last year, right? So this is the thing. If we had a better alternative, sure, we could have that conversation. That's not where we're at right now. We are literally like 2 weeks away from training camp, right? The free agency market ain't all what it's cracked up to be right now in this moment. So no, I'm not trying to do that. Like, I don't mind giving up any value of picks. And again, that's where we differ. We still want Maxx Crosby. We think he'll be dope as hell in this team with Quentin Williams. The mismatches that it make for the offensive line. You got to double team somebody. Right, there's a bunch of different things you can do with a defensive line that includes Maxx Crosby and Quentin Williams. Nobody ever in their life would dispute that with y'all about his importance and his impact if we were to get a player like that. I'm just saying, you don't rob Peter to Paul. You are in an arms race right now. Even if you go and you get this gangster defensive end in the form of Maxx Crosby, the biggest competition that we all would say is the damn Rams. The Rams did not get rid of their two weapons. They got an all-pro running back. They got a tight end that's better than Jake Ferguson. They got an all-world wide receiver. They got another wide receiver that's going to the Hall of Fame. Man had like 12, 13 touchdowns in the red zone last year. So point being, when you're in an arms race, you don't, put down the AK and pick up a pop gun. You want to build on to that. I want to add – fuck take away from the offense. I want to add another running back. I'm trying to keep George Pickens and add another running back. I'm not trying to take nothing away because there should still be a path forward to improve both sides of the ball without doing so. And that's the only argument because nobody is arguing about the overall value of a player in a vacuum. We get that defensive end on paper and in totality is more valuable than a wide receiver. Nobody has ever denied that. But the way that your team is structured right now, moving him without any proven alternatives is a disaster waiting to happen. We have spoken ad nauseum on the fact that there will probably be a regress in the offense regardless. So if it was going to go from a 10 to an 8 naturally, removing George Pickens and then relying on an increased workload of Jake Ferguson, an increased workload of Ryan Flournoy, and more disadvantages for Javonte Williams in heavy boxes, is it going to go from a 10 to a 9? No, it's going to go from a 10 to a 7, a 10 to a 6. And when we talk about the overall stuff, and I know it's in a vacuum, you would have to go through like 20 years of stuff and see who all was hurt, who came back in time for this and that. It's damn near equal when it comes down to top offenses and top defenses for Super Bowl teams. There has only been 6 Super Bowl winners in the last 25 years to win a Super Bowl without a top 10 offense, and there's only been 7 teams to win a Super Bowl without a top 10 defense. So point being, you probably need both. So I'm just not trying to kneecap the offense to get the defense together. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
There's another
All
alternative.
right, so
That's
this
all
the
I'm saying.
deal. So, all right, so I asked you a specific question and you went all over the place. So I asked
I was
you.
very detailed.
Hold on, Kinfolk. I didn't cut you off at all. So this the deal. So I asked you a very specific question, and I didn't agree to this. I agree with some of what you said. Disagree with a lot of what you said. So this is the deal. When it comes down to premier edge rush, that's always going to be more valuable than the second wide receiver position. Even if you have 2 elite number ones added, everything says that. And you say that it's hypothetical. It's not hypothetical. Landlord said that that's wrong. You don't make 3 massive proposals, the type that you ain't even never done in 15 years, unless there's a massive push from within. Somebody on the inside wanted Maxx Crosby bad. And when you hearing both of your coaches, which y'all said was hypothetical, you don't have direct quotes as hypothetical. Both of those guys say you win these games in the trenches. That's how they say you win these games. The one time he said he was in a perimeter with it, he was clearly smoke screening because he only said it. I didn't interrupt you at all, homie.
I ain't interrupt you.
Yes, you are. That little cute laugh.
It was funny, bro. What you want me to do?
Yeah. Hold on real quick. I know I did not hear no laughter. So this is the deal. So yeah, when you have elite pass rush, that's always gonna be valued over that. And the one time he said that, I even said the day he said it, I said the very day he said it, it was a smoke screen. And all of us said it because it was that obvious. This is how you know it was obvious, because when it was about the pick, he devalued Matthew Golden. He did. He said, when it comes to speed, we can win without that. He was devaluing it at 12. He also pushed for Booker and made the Booker pick. So clearly, if he really meant, because the question was about 12, if he really meant that the perimeter was how you build teams, he would have picked Matthew Golden, especially when there was a lot of people in the building pushing for Matthew Golden. So unless you know the one time y'all trying to cherry pick and say that the one time he said it was that but because he said it when he clearly was smoke screening. So the one time he said it, that's the only time he said it. Every other time after that, which was probably 40 or 50 more times, he always been consistent saying these trenches win these games. So I don't see how people can say in good faith and honesty, when we look at the market value of edge, how they're always drafted, how your coaches push forward, and somebody, whether it's Parker or Shotty or both, clearly was pushing forward by the multiple proposals, to try to act like that just wasn't happening and that is just a fabrication and that we just drummed it up. It's bullshit. No, we didn't just drum it up. Your own Dallas Cowboys showed that they really wanted Maxx Crosby, because they would have had him if the Ravens didn't have the 2 first. They were serious about it because they really wanted. So when it comes down to how to beat and win in the NFL, the best way to win in the NFL over wide receiver 2 as a position is the trenches, specifically the edge. And if you have a chance to improve your team, that's the key, not just your offense, your overall team, because what y'all keep doing is talking about the offense. I'm talking about what makes your whole team better. What makes your whole team better is when you partner an edge premier with Quentin Williams. Your whole team becomes better.
So let me
rebuttal.
We got a rebuttal.
I need to slide in here. Y'all been rebuttaling all damn show. Let me get up in here right now. I've been sitting quiet. I've been sitting patient. You can rebuttal after I speak. Now, as I was saying, what I'm going to do is look at the whole scenario. Did we have George Pickens last year? Yeah.
Yep.
Did we have a premier edge rush last year? No.
No.
Shout out to producer G. Wonderful comment in the chat. We didn't have it. And guess what? We was a nice high flying offense, and it did diddly squat for our goddamn team. See, you have to make sure everything aligned. Y'all done heard me saying this a while now. Alignment, making sure that your offense pairs with your defense. One of the things that nobody is talking about this Christian Parker defense is the fact that it needs to be paired with a situation when the offense can control the time of possession. You can do that when the run game. So as for me in my house, as far as amping concerned, this ain't Boss Cowboy Sports. This is not Loose Takes. This is Amp speaking right now. As far as me, I am open to multiple options, as in, hey, I'd love us to go out and get a Chubb, or hey, I'd love us to go out and get something else to help us control the time of possession. The issue with the Dallas Cowboys is we do not maximize what the hell we got. You got premium picks that you used on your offensive line, and we don't even play to their damn strengths. No, all we want to do is sit back and have 40 opportunities where Dak Prescott could potentially get hit. That's a goddamn problem. That is a problem. Versus turn it around, here you go. I want to see them invest in something else, not just airing it out. That's cool and all, but as I said, for me, that is a last resort if you got to pick one. But like I told y'all on the phone the other night, yes, when you look at your team building for the year, you start aiming at your division opponents. Guess what ain't nobody talking about right now? Ain't nobody talking. I ain't heard nobody say nothing about the damn NFC East. That's where you're supposed to start, right? But I believe nobody's talking about that because on paper, I believe we feel we got what it takes to handle the East. Even though the East did elevate as a whole, it's going to be a little tougher this year. But our biggest opponents, biggest foes, and we got to play all four of the mother suckers this year is the NFC West. And when you go back and look at the last 10 Super Bowls, guess who always up in it outside of Philly? It's the West. You see the Rams, you see the 49ers done tripped us up, and now the damn Seahawks. That's who we got to aim against. So if I had it my way, in the words of damn Young Money, man, spin that shit. Y'all got it.
Okay, so I'm a rebuttal now. And I get it. I understand your passion. But at the end of the day, you bring up all these teams. Was the Seattle Seahawks a pop gun offense, or could they score? They were the number 2 offense in the National Football League last year. You brought up the 49ers. The 49ers had 2 all-pro wide receivers, an all-pro tight end, and an all-pro running back when they made that trip. They had everything, including what y'all wanted, an elite edge rusher. Boss, what I was going to say to you in regards to this, the Giants had what you wanted. They had an all-world defensive tackle and an all-pro pass rusher in Brian Burns, and they fucking sucked because their offense wasn't shit. So I understand what you're saying. We have our own personal problems that we live through, so we feel that kind of way about it. But it's like we said, it's 3 phases of football. It's offense, defense, and special teams. You have to be solid and capable in all facets. I already mentioned before that these folks is not winning like the 2000 Ravens. They were a fucking outlier to have that weak ass offense and the defense carry. Most of these teams, you go through the history of the National Football League, especially in recent history, have at least a top 10 offense to pair along with a top 10 defense, right? So this is what I'm saying. My concern is, as currently constructed, if you take away one of the ones, you will not be a number 1 offense. And listen, I get it. It was a different play caller. But let's be fair to Mike McCarthy here. In 2023, they're one of the best offenses in the National Football League. Yes or no? With that
2023, they was number 1.
Yeah. So, okay, thank you. All right. 2024, same personnel.
Fell off a cliff.
Yeah. Same personnel, same play caller. Dak Prescott had one of his worst seasons as a starter. Matter of fact, let me just go through the statistics for that season, because I do have it right here. This is, remember, what as bad as we were in 2024 is why we jumped on that we need a weapon bandwagon, right? So let's talk about that shit. So in 2024, the Dallas Cowboys offense, hold on, I got this shit in here somewhere.
Don't forget CD asked for some help too.
Oh yeah, he did.
CD said it publicly on a tweet.
Okay,
help me.
I found it.
He did.
Dallas Cowboys only averaged 20 only were 21st in points per game. EPA per pass with Dak Prescott, Jake Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb, they were 26. Passing yards per play, they were 24th. Wide receiver separation, they were 31st. And that was the same offense. CeeDee Lamb took over the lead the year before. But what happened? They made an adjustment. Team said, F that. We're not finna let CeeDee Lamb beat us. Nobody else we fear on that team. And guess what? They didn't even play heavy boxes. You had similar light boxes to what you had this year, and you couldn't take advantage of it in the run game. So my point being is this. I know that we need defense. That is not the conversation. The conversation is, I think you're underestimating how important also having a viable offense is, because I don't feel that you have anybody else outside of CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens if they by themselves. Y'all don't trust Jake Ferguson. If the game was on the line, you want them to throw the ball to Jake Ferguson? Cause this is just no question. If the game was on the line, do you want Jake Ferguson going up for the football?
No, absolutely not. And maybe in the red zone, but definitely not like just in between the 20s. No, absolutely not. So like, and that's a fair point.
Hold on. I've been waiting. I let you.
Go ahead.
I supposed to respond to you. Out went. Then
I'll be after that. I'll go after that.
Okay.
My apologies. That was long.
You could.
One of the things that my brother Boss said was that when Shotty said that we build from the perimeter, it was a smoke screen.
Definitely.
And the reason I feel like he say that is because, you know, he feel that way. I mean, that's the way you feel, but that don't mean that it's a fact. So I have to ask this question. What are y'all really fighting for? What are y'all fighting for right now, actively? What are you fighting for?
Oh, better edge, for sure.
You're fighting for trenches, right?
Yeah, better edge.
By default, that means Shotty didn't throw a smoke screen because now we have perimeter. That's what we have. So now you're fighting for trenches. So by default, what would make you say that that was a smoke screen when the evidence clearly shows that he actually did build from the perimeter?
Because he said it in that moment when he said that he didn't have perimeter or trenches, he was fighting for both at the time.
That's my point. He built the perimeter though, boss, right now.
Hold on, bro. You asked the question, so I was answering your question. Okay, so I see what you're trying to say. You saying because he went and got Pickens, you saying he ended up building the perimeter. But this is the deal. He said in that moment, talking about pick 12, because that's what he was asked about, not trades. He was asked about pick 12. So in pick 12, he was smoke screening when he said building from the perimeter. It was a clear smoke screen because when it was time to make the pick, he did not pick the perimeter. So you are misconstruing a trade for pick 12, which he was asked about. So yes, it was a clear smoke screen on how it played out. And there's no arguing that because he had his chance if he was serious to do it and he did not.
Okay, so okay, I get what you're saying, but listen to this though. He actually had a star edge and he let him walk out the building. That's furthermore evidence that what you saying that he wanted trenches, he let it walk out the door willingly, and on top of that, he built from the perimeter. So if you say he didn't build from the perimeter, that would discredit everything y'all fighting for. Y'all whole essence of the fight is the fact that you boys want more trenches. So I just don't understand your logic when you say that it was a smoke screen when the evidence clearly points towards the perimeter. Like it's a smoke screen because you said so, but his actions show differently, boss.
You already just conceded to that point. You can't pick up the point you conceded to.
His actions show differently, bro.
Hold on. You just conceded to that point. You literally just said, I understand where you're coming from. And now you're trying to push back at it when the context of what he was talking about was pick 12. You can't make new context, sir.
No, what I'm saying
the
is
context of what he was.
I also added that he let Micah walk.
He did?
Is this not his team?
No.
Oh, Lord, we ain't
This ain't Shotty team?
No, bro.
So we're
It's
giving
Jerry
you
Steen,
Here we
bro.
go with the
Jerry
conspiracy
Steen.
theory.
We know
Go
this
ahead.
Jerry Steen.
Go ahead, man.
That's a fact. Come on, Landon. That's a fact.
Go
And
ahead.
you know that. You
That's a
know
fact.
that. You know that. Not this.
Bruh,
That's
you
what I
can
mean. You be
choose-
playing
You can
dumb,
choose
bro.
death. You can choose no. You
On
can't-
your when you just got hired?
Is
Yeah,
Quentin-
you want
is
to be a
Quentin
hoe?
Williams on the
You just
perimeter?
gonna bend over? That what
Is
you gonna do?
Quentin- Is
When
Quentin
you-
Williams on the perimeter?
That what you gonna do?
So
Bend over.
it's his fault.
All the coaches bend over, bro. Mike McCarthy, him.
That's on him.
All of them, but they do. So let's not act like they don't. You know they do. You not even being real right now, bro. You know they do, bro. You know yourself they do.
Picking on what we want to believe Shotty say or not. That's what we doing.
No, bro. You trying to switch it. No, the fact is, you know that these coaches don't have full personnel control, and you know that. You know that, bro. So
But
just
how do you
what you try, because what you trying to do.
method of how deciphering between the two.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't. The best way to try to do it is try to listen to everything you can to try to see and find times where they either being consistent or contradicting themselves. If they contradicting themselves, then you bring it to account and you cross-referencing by their direct quotes. That's the best you can do. So the problem is what you did is you tried to say that it was Shotty that was behind Micah, when we both know that it was Jerry who stopped talks with his agent.
Okay,
That's what
did
blew the
Shotty
whole
say
thing. Hold
it was
on,
you
man.
lying?
Hold on, big dog.
What did Shotty say?
Bro, can I finish, please, bro?
Go ahead.
Goddamn,
Go
like
ahead.
nobody can keep up when you keep doing that, bro.
Go ahead.
All right. So the issue is we both know that Jerry is the one that wasn't talking to his agent. So you made the assumption. It's an assumption, and listen, I'm gonna make an assumption too. Okay. So you made the assumption that it was all Shotty behind that, but it also
I ain't
could
say
be.
it. Don't do that. I'm not saying it was all Shotty. I said Shotty he is the head coach, so he was involved, bro. Come on now.
Bro,
you
gonna
putting
keep
words
cutting
in my mouth.
Bro. You've been
putting
doing the
words in my
same
mouth,
thing, bro. You gotta let people finish, bro. Because
You've been doing the
I didn't
same
cut your.
stuff, boss.
All right, bro. I ain't did that in a minute.
All right,
All
go ahead.
right.
Can I ask a question real quick? How did Trey
I
Lance?
really wasn't even finished.
How did Trey Lance get here? Did Mike McCarthy know about it?
No.
So it's happened before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
How did Mingo get here?
Yeah.
But, hold on. Shotty came out and said they were in unison. What the word he used? He said we were in one accord or some bullshit with my manager got traded.
Hold on, bro.
I'm just saying he said
I
that
know. I
bullshit.
see. That's what that's cutting off shit do. When I'm trying to lead to that, and y'all keep doing that, I can't finish, bro. So this
You
is
ain't
the
say
deal.
shit when they interrupted though, when they were adding points to your favor. But I could, that's neither here nor there. But continue.
All right. So this is the issue because this is so landlord was making the assumption, okay, that because Micah's off this team that was Shotty. We saying, and everybody knows this, that breeds air, that sometimes it's not. And that sometimes your coaches go have to sit up there and take it. Sometimes that's what some of them do. Some of them actually push back in the public, like Mike McCarthy did. So we can't say exactly on that one because landlord was asking, well, how do you know? Well, sometimes you do because it's clear when it's clear tea leaves. Like when it was a big pattern of him saying we win these games in the trenches. That I want a team that's physical, and he's been saying that over and over and over. And you can only point to one thing at pick 12, which he ended up going against. That's safe to say that was a clear smoke screen, especially how it played out. When it come down to the Michael one, we don't know, bro. We really don't know. It could have been Shotty. It could have been unanimous in that, but it also could have been, and it shows evidence that Jerry fumbled that thing and he had to clean it up. So that one is not as clear. Some of them are clear, very clear. Some of them are not very clear. And when it's not very clear, it's us. We supposed to say it and be honest about it.
Can I ask a question?
And that one is not clear. On the first one, super clear that it was a smoke screen.
Can I ask a question, please?
Of course.
What's more clear than the horse's mouth saying it? What's clearer than that? Like if I got up here and said, landlord is this, and that, I said it. What's clearer than that? What is clearer than somebody saying it out of their own mouth though? Like, please,
Building
you can
to the
say,
perimeter?
hold on.
Is that what you're asking?
You can say all of this conspiracy stuff you want, but we have the facts and we have the proof. We have it on video. It's not in an article. Shotty said it was unanimous. You gonna tell me what Shotty meant and wanted in a conspiracy type manner when the man said it, boss. So you gonna defend the man more than he gonna defend himself? He said that. I didn't say it. Shotty came out there with Jerry, lockstep, lock arms, and said it was unanimous. You didn't have to do that. You didn't say that. You fighting for him on something that he's not fighting for. Shotty honestly said himself that he was a part of it. He said this. I don't have to make up video. I don't got to AI it. Shotty said it was unanimous, sir. So how are you going to tell this man that his words are not true?
Landlord,
I
hold
said
on.
you don't know.
Let me say, because in that same press conference, there was also a lockstep saying they both hired Eberflus. Are we gonna believe that Shotty really hired Eberflus?
Did he say it?
Yes.
So that's what
Shotty got.
I gotta believe it a little bit, bro. I gotta believe it. He said
Shotty got to shut up.
bro. I'm not saying this stuff, Lou.
So
you ain't gonna be found on that. Is the man not saying it? Is he not saying these words?
He said, "Listen,"
because Jerry Jones literally already admitted
not saying the words out of his own mouth, Lou.
So because he said it, it's done.
He said it though. He ain't have to say it,
even though we have proof and evidence that he.
But Mike McCarthy, listen, Mike McCarthy separated himself from Kellen Moore. Mike said, "Hey man, like I don't do no option routes."
we finna sit here and believe, even though Jerry and Shotty saying they both hired Eberflus, even though when Jerry months ago said he hired Eberflus before he even hired Shotty. So we really finna say that shit?
He said it. No, he didn't say. I ain't say shit.
So,
I said he said.
What we gonna do? We not gonna believe no press conferences. No,
Lou,
don't believe no press conferences.
Brian Schottenheimer said. This is the question, bro.
No,
did Brian Schottenheimer say? Because listen, you're mad at me.
You mad at me because he said it. Like what you want?
I mean,
I know your point, but I'm just saying he said it.
He said
well,
it.
Yeah, we know he
That's all-
said
that's
it,
all I'm
bro.
saying,
It's
he said
like, but like, it's if y'all choose to be like that just because he said it, that's it. It's like I don't believe like that.
Listen, the Ron Blank come half the field.
So if
he said,
so
I believe
if you
it,
was
whatever.
if you was to look at Shotty, obviously about Shotty, sometimes he's direct, and then sometimes he's definitely smoke screen. For sure. That's
Shot. I ain't say what. Oh, my bad. I'm in the chat. Shotty said this stuff, bro. I'm not putting words in that man's mouth.
Hey man, that shouldn't be. You shouldn't be in the chat while I'm talking.
You
though.
right. Go ahead.
So
man, you gonna act like I'm just the worst, bro. You
are the worst, bro. Like goddamn,
you ain't been doing the same thing.
I did it a few times, bro. But goddamn, you doing it every motherfucking time, bro.
That's
goddamn.
a lie. That's a lie. But
all right, okay. So this is the deal. So this is the deal. Going back to Shotty. So Shotty, when you dealing with Shotty, it's obvious that sometimes he smoke screens. It's super clear that he does. He said it's like we all picked up on his patterns. Like one of the things that's clear when he's smoke screening is when he start talking about players and he starts saying stuff like consistent. See, when he say consistent, it's sometimes real. It's sometimes like, damn, you just talking. When you say stuff like Blank can cover half the field, you bullshit. When you say stuff like Jerry Neal, man, they the greatest at football, you bullshit. But then when I look at certain other patterns where he's very consistent and he doesn't change, yeah, Shotty is serious. Like, so when Shotty was talking about his offense and identity, he was very serious because he's very consistent. When he talking about the trenches, he's very consistent on that. So the way that to me that you spot when Shotty is serious or not is when he is saying the same thing consistently, way more than he says anything else. To me, that's how you read Shotty. Because y'all asking, how do you know smoke screen Shotty from Shotty's being accurate? It's the consistency of what he says. So when he talking about competition being the foundation of his organization and his culture, I believe that because he said it a lot. When he talk about the trenches being how you win these games, I believe that. Why? Because he said it a whole lot, way outside of saying anything else. So trying to read him is to where you have to put on your thinking hat. You do. But it ain't just you have to put on your thinking hat, because sometimes he giving some bullshit, and sometimes he's doing it on purpose. Sometimes, he trying to lead us right when he going left. But in the area of winning these games in the trenches, he's been very consistent on that. So for me breaking him down, that's why I believe that over that one little time where he said the perimeter, which he ended up doing the opposite of anyway. Okay. So perimeter wise versus trenches, if we had the option to improve this team, the best way to improve this team, if they are not willing to do all of it and team both of them, which we all want, is to put it in the trenches on the edge side with one of those assets, right? It could be a number of different assets. It don't have to be Pickens. But we should be looking at some of those assets to see which is going to give us the better net return as a team.
Can I just say this one thing, and I'll promise I'll let Brother Amp go. If the Dallas Cowboys end up with an elite edge, an elite defensive tackle, and then they drop back to being the 21st scoring offense like they was in 2024, do you know who you are?
Wait, say it again.
Do you know who you are? If the Dallas Cowboys go ahead and get Maxx Crosby and they end up with an elite edge, an elite defensive tackle, and they fall back to the 21st offense, just like they was in 2024 before we got George Pickens, do you know who we are?
We really don't know, because like
the Giants
earlier,
the same team in your division. Sorry ass offense, elite edge, elite defensive tackle. They were still a top 12 defense while you smirking. Dak just whipping their ass.
So,
but can I ask this question though?
With Dak half a year though?
Hold on, and I think I already asked this before. Like, I know why y'all don't want to leave off Pickens, because y'all want the wide receiver 2 at this level and don't want to leave it. Here's my question: why are we assuming
you put that in our mouth though? But we ain't say that. But
no, you said the last show. You said
we didn't say that. We didn't want to leave it. You remember what I always said? If you give me a superstar running back, we cool.
I'm gonna ask that question to you too. Hold on, I'm gonna come back.
I've been said that. Don't put words in my mouth now.
But no, I'm saying, because we did say it, you was like, well, but let me ask this question though. Why are we assuming that if we take one of the number one receivers away, we're going down to the 21st offense?
That what you were literally a year ago. Like, it's recent history. You were just that before you got George Pickens, which is why I was so strong on the campaign. When you just had CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, Ryan, listen, I ain't gonna throw Flo in there. He was young, 6th-round pick. He needed time. But when you have most of these same components, and some will even argue that Rico Dow might be a better running back than Devontae Williams, you were ass.
So what's keeping us from being the Chiefs then? The Chiefs offense or the Seahawks offense? That, when in my context, is took away a weapon and didn't regress all the way to the flat in the ground. What's keeping us from being there?
The Chiefs still had 2 guys go over 900 yards. It just wasn't 2 wide receivers. Travis Kelce broke 1,300 yards, and then Juju went for 900. And then they were still able to. They got 500 from a damn running back. And then they had Valdez-Scantling went for 600. So point being, like, just because they got rid of Tyreek Hill, they actually did a very good job of getting quality people in here to take up for the offense. That has not so much been the history of our Dallas Cowboys. When you lost Dez Bryant, you went into the season with Deontay Thompson, rookie Michael Gallup, and Allen Hurns. Like, that was what they thought would be good. They thought that shit would work. When we lost Amari Cooper, we went for a full season with motherfucking me. What's the boy name? Noah Brown is our wide receiver number 2.
Yeah,
that started with the Houston boy. So that's the only reason why I'm a little skittish. Like, listen, if the Dallas Cowboys were trustworthy, we wouldn't be sitting here having these conversations. Like, responsible teams reallocate, the assets from all pro players all the time, and they like it. We just reallocated the assets from Micah Parsons. We don't like that shit. I don't trust him like that.
We shouldn't trust
Paul. I trust Lou. I trust Amp. I don't trust Jerry and them to do this shit.
And see, that's. I'm glad you said that, Henny. You throwing a layup and don't even realize it. What I hate about this argument, and this is how they have been successfully sliding away from the pressure for, as Mike said, 30 damn years. Is because they put us one against another. It is everybody else's fault except theirs. Truth be told, we are having this debate because of how they manage the team. If you go ahead and get some of these contracts done early, you can free up money to where you can load the clip like a LA Rams. We not doing that. So really and truthfully, I hate this argument because it's a dead ass argument. I'm gonna just be 100. Yeah, I'm participating, but it's a dead ass argument because what we need to do is we need to change the philosophy of how they manage the team. Henny, you are masterful with the damn salary cap. You do numbers and move numbers around in way I ain't there yet. I'll say it. But if we go ahead and start moving some of this and shifting some of this around, there are ways that we can have every damn thing that we've been talking about tonight. That's the problem. We have gotten forced to this point because we are a franchise. We are a malfunctioning franchise. This is the issue. This is why it's been 30 years. Can we push all the damn envelopes and push all the chips to the table? One of the first thumbnails I ever made doing content was Jerry and chips in the middle of the table. It's always, we can do without this. We can do without that. Let me ask y'all a question. Anytime any one of us go on a road trip and you going somewhere, right? Do you just put a damn quarter of gas in the tank and say we'll see if we can make do? Hell no. Anytime you're going on a road trip, you fill that bitch up.
You gotta fill it up.
You gotta fill it up. And Jerry and Steven got us not wanting to fill up the damn tank. That is the problem.
That's all we saying. Hold up. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be quick. And we getting ready to flip to that after this show. All right. And so we doing a show on the next one on Team Both of them. We always agree on that, and that's a good push. That's the push that we all should be on, is saying F the picks. We do have to try to change the mind state of people of being too hoarding of picks, because we have a culture of picks. We do. Cowboy Nation love picks, bro.
We think every draft pick gonna be a success.
Yeah, we do. So we go pivot off this. The reason why this conversation is necessary, in my opinion, is because if they not willing to then put more all in, then they might have to then try to do the next best thing and try to maybe make a trade to improve the next priority. I think we should always have that discussion of what that should be if they do make that trade. And this is something that Landlord and Hen agreed with before. That they said, both of them said, if they looking like they go move on from Pickens, and especially if people are starting to rise, they would be open to it. So that both of them said that because that we all trying to put the Cowboys first. But this is why this conversation is necessary. I don't want to put up the conversation because if we sit in a situation where Flo is going crazy and we ain't go sign him, and you can maybe get them to come off their price with Maxx and stuff like that, and the trust is here for the offense minus GP or minus CD Lamb, right? Then we'll be all open to make that move. So
okay.
I had one more thing, because I heard Landlord say that he's willing to trade Pickens for
I need a superstar running back.
Superstar Bijan Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Now he said that because he believes, and I actually believe that too, you get more team value. That's why he said that. I don't see the difference in that thought than the thought that I have on certain people, except I didn't point at Pickens. Now he had a whole soliloquy on how I just pointed at Pickens, and he just pointed at Pickens. I'm pointing at more than just Pickens. I'm saying it's no difference than what he said. He just picked a different asset than I picked. The asset that he picked has less value than the one I'm picking. Let me say that again. The running back asset superstar has less value than the edge superstar. That's a fact.
And Dallas do it?
It's not about if they do it. I'm just talking about.
No,
the
I'm
value.
just saying in Dallas, can you say that with our history at running back?
Let me,
can we say that?
Hell yeah, right now, shit. Man, this chat right here. Don't listen to them. They fake as hell.
I just want to finish my point, man.
Because they shit. I don't forget.
I like the chat. The chat being themselves.
I don't forget them shitting on running back. That's what I.
Oh, we talking about them talking crazy about running back.
But
we ain't talking about them. We ain't talking about them.
I'm going back to something that's pivotal. That I don't believe at all that Landlord was attacking Pickens. I don't believe he's a bad guy for his thought at all. I believe that in his mind, and I agree with him, that that's best for the team. My whole point is what makes him different than me on that. I wholeheartedly believe that premier edge makes your team better. So
the difference is I'm adding something else on the offense. You talking about taking it away. You ain't replacing it with nothing as substantial as I am, as I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If I take away George Pickens and replace him with Bijan, that's another
same
caliber of weapon.
Yeah, your offense gonna be dope. And
That's
I do believe it'll be
saying.
better, but I'm also saying that I'm improving the defense greatly too. So
I get it, but
that's the
y'all
thing.
was
No,
pushing
hold on.
Flournoy, right?
No,
Bro,
it's not about pushing
Flournoy.
Flournoy.
Said Flournoy was the name because I asked y'all last show. I said, give me a name, and all of y'all said Flournoy.
No, but it's like no. What you ask us? Do you
Bro,
trust him to be a number two?
Don't
And
make me
listen,
go
listen.
bro.
I got you can do that anytime, bro. I'm accountable to what I say.
But y'all said it though.
But listen, now I remember the discussion. Okay, I remember the
bro.
discussion. You
Not
said,
gonna
"Do
lie.
you trust him to be a number two?" And this is what I said. Just go jog your memory. I said he's tracking better than Terrence Williams. So yes,
Boss, I put y'all feet to the fire and told y'all. Me and him, I told him I was gonna do it. I said, we talking about tell me a name. We made y'all name.
we had
somebody.
no choice but to
And
say the
y'all
next.
said
Yeah,
Flournoy.
because he's the next best thing.
But you
up.
just said y'all didn't say that. Lou just obviously said y'all didn't say that, and I remember verbatim.
I'm telling you what I said.
Said it.
I'm telling you what I said, bro.
We were saying the run game was.
Bro, you said Flournoy, boss. I'm not gonna lie.
I know I said
I'm not here to
Flournoy.
lie. I'm not here to lie, bro.
I said Flournoy because he's the best.
hold
thing,
on,
bro.
Lou said
Because
he
of what
did
you
say it.
asked. Okay, well, I'm speaking for
But
me.
can
I don't remember what Lou said, but I'm speaking for me. So this is the deal, though. It still ain't your proposal ain't
was way ahead.
but your opinion, but what I'm saying is, Landlord, the difference is he approved the offense and he wanted the offense improved. I want the defense improved, which I believe helps everything. So we basically still ain't saying nothing different except you went on the same side of the ball. But your thought process was not attacking Pickens though, was it?
Not that time.
Okay. Or if you would have said CD Lamb, would you have been attacking CD?
See, I did that.
No, I'm asking the question. Would you have been attacking CD if you would have said CD?
Nah.
Okay, so anybody that's out here that's saying that if you take a Maxx Crosby, right, for any one of them two to make this team better, that person ain't no worse than you.
But you're forgetting the
see
context
that
of
when
what's being
that when the
said,
trade I was proposing Maxx for Bijan for George Pickens. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you was to trade George Pickens for Maxx Crosby or whatever y'all want, if you can get me a superstar running back, I wouldn't be tripping. That's what I'm saying, because you still replaced another star with a star. And you just made our point saying that if you changed it, a running back is lesser. Yeah, so you should be able to fit that in. You can have Maxx Crosby, and if you was to trade George Pickens for him, okay, you got Maxx. Now you got a superstar running back, which is not going to be as expensive as anything else.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
That's all I'm saying, bro. I'm still
yeah.
replacing that weapon, though. That's
Yeah,
what y'all fail
I'm
to
not mad
realize.
at that.
Y'all told me in Unisec that everybody uphill named Ryan Flournoy, bro. That's not acceptable. You see how I gave us another superstar. But let me make this case before I go, man.
Hold on. Are you saying Bijan and Crosby?
Bro, listen, if you trade George Pickens for
but you can only
Maxx Crosby. I mean, not really if you got a running back. The running back market ain't as hard to do. If you can keep George Pickens and get Maxx Crosby, you can definitely find a way to get Maxx Crosby and Bijan, right or wrong.
Money wise, yes, because
Money
You
wise
can
would
work
be
that,
better.
right?
Money would be easier to work on that one.
Access will be harder.
And he'll be cheaper though. He'll
Not
be
really.
cheaper than an edge. He a running back.
Bijan, yeah, trading for Bijan be less expensive for trading for a marquee wide receiver. We just seen an aging AJ Brown go for a first and a third. When the last time a running back went for that?
That's all.
Man,
He ain't going, I'm saying he ain't going over that, but I'm just saying like.
Yeah,
so
I'm just saying like in terms of what you can get, as a running
all
back,
I'm
it won't be
saying
as
is
expensive.
we figured out a way that we can get Maxx and George. We can work that out. I'm sure we can work out Maxx and Bijan. The difference is between my proposal and yours was the pure fact that you didn't replace us with another weapon. That's the issue. You said Ryan Floydnoy, somebody that we don't know for sure can consistently win against number 2 corners or number 1 corner. Like, you know how defenses play games. They'll be like, okay, if Ryan Floydnoy can be the number 2 corner, how about we put our number 1 on him and double CD? You know how they do. This is like, we need somebody that can consistently win number 1. And guess who was outstanding? Who was stupendous against number 1 man-on-man coverage? It was George Pickens. He was phenomenal. He dominated. One-on-one coverage, he dominated. And I want to just ask this before I go, because I literally got to go. I
man,
go
go ahead and give your final word, and we'll give our final words.
But I'll say this, bro. I remember yesterday. That was yesterday when we was on the show.
Yeah, yesterday.
I
think it was.
Yesterday you said that the offense got stopped, and of course, this is NFL. People get paid millions of dollars. The offense will stumble a game or two. We can't promise you that. We seen that the offense was the best thing in the world last year, and they still had a couple hiccups. This is NFL football. It's gonna happen. The same thing is fair to say about a great defense, right?
Yeah.
Is that not fair, boss? The defense gonna have a couple hiccups too, because guess what? We got all the examples to show it. Look at the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans, when you take their defense right now, who wouldn't take their defense with Will Anderson?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll take their defense, right? They gave up 30 points like 2-3 times. You gonna have games where your defense just can't win. I just seen them literally, the Colts destroyed them with a rookie quarterback. They defense, swear to God, big plays all day, all game. Sometimes games happen like that, bro. You need to be multiple. That's why I've been team both of them for the whole time. The only argument that Team Weapons had opposed to Team Trenches was the way y'all going about doing it. That's all. This wouldn't even be a discussion. Like, if you can find a better way to do it, we cool. But the thing about it is, like I said, you can name your best defense, the top 10 defense. It's still going to be games within that season that they giving up 30 points, 30 points, 30 points. It happens. So when that rubber meet the road, just like Seattle last year, the best defense in the league, the Rams put up down there 30 points on them. They had to be in the playoffs, and they had to be able to outscore them to win.
True.
The Houston Texans are the best defense, and you got Seattle was the best defense. The Patriots was the best defense. All them teams had several games in the season where they gave up damn near 30 or 30 points, and the Patriots was very impressive. Them boys were giving up single digits, like 2, 3, 4 games. And sadly enough about Houston, even though they had this awesome defense, guess what? They had games where their defense only gave up like 16, 17 points, and they still lost. Like, they had games where their defense wasn't giving up nothing, and they still lost. The point being is, man, you need both, because one thing I know we say Shotty say about this, he say he want to be multiple. He want to win in multiple ways. He want to be able to line up in multiple ways. He want to be able to be prepared for whatever the game throws at him. Don't we all want to be like that? We done seen games just like the Buccaneers when we played the Buccaneers that year. We came in that game knowing that we couldn't run, and we had one of the best lines it is and one of the best running backs it is. What did we do? We lost, but we didn't like the chance that we had going up against that line. That was the only game plan that we had. We tried to run against them before, and it didn't work. Best on best, man on man, it just didn't work. So you got to be able to have another plan B so you can make sure you be effective. That's why we saying team both of them. And this is the last point, and I swear I'm done. We don't
I want to respond to you before you go.
We know this schedule, right? is this schedule not looking pretty dangerous? Just being honest.
It's dangerous.
Oh, yeah, it is.
This schedule looking monstrous, right? And we travel more miles than anybody too. So when you take this schedule into account, bro, another main reason that I don't want to take nothing away from the offense is because, let's be honest, GP first year at DC, he is what? He is new. We don't know what he gonna do. Of course, it's gonna be some learning curves. Of course, if we pray real hard all together in a prayer cowboy circle, maybe he could just bust out the gate and just be awesome. But like, chances are that it might be a little hiccups in there. You don't want to go into the season having two sides of the ball unsure. You see what I'm saying? Like, at least have something to hang your hat on. Okay, the offense is this. If you take away George Pickens, your offense ain't sure no more. And your defense already ain't sure. And we just admitted about
I will say that's
regression.
your best point. That's your best point right
We
there.
don't want to go into the schedule
that's a
unsure
good,
on one side of the ball.
That if I'm being fair to you, that's your best point right there, is the greenness of Parker. And I can rock with that logic. That's good logic. I ain't gonna fuck with you on that one. That's good. Now, the only reason why, we brought up the failures, I just want to address one point. The only reason I brought up the failures of Minnesota and Detroit is because you were saying Pickens can beat any number one, any number two, and any number three. You said that. The only reason I brought that up is because I was saying with that, no, they schematically got stopped. So I wasn't saying you right, every team got hiccups. I was more so saying that it's not as unstoppable as we may say it is.
But let's be fair though. CD got off though, boss.
Detroit early, yeah, he did.
No, Vikings.
He had over 100 yards.
He had over 100. Like if both games, every game, they both ain't gonna be super productive. That's the benefits of having both. If CD struggle, George might get off. And then guess who else got off in place of George? Ryan Flournoy had a great game. I ain't gonna lie to you, boss. I went back and watched that film when you said that. Right. I did today. Okay. I watched all of it. I went back and seen, of course, George Pickens didn't get number 6 targets. They didn't have him in the game plan. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I seen every rep. It wasn't like he wasn't getting open. It was a lot of the times, I'm not gonna hold you, Dak kind of had a little weird game.
Yeah.
In my life he did.
It was because they were blitzing him.
Then another thing,
he was getting the ball out. I didn't mean to cut y'all. Go ahead.
No. What I'm saying is he had a weird game. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a couple of situations where it was touchdown shots, but he just didn't see it in time, or he looked away a little too quick.
Yeah.
Like, I seen plenty of that. So let's not say that George Pickens got shut down. We could say that Flores' defense kind of.
That's what I said.
Of course.
That was the point.
Shut him down because guess what?
I ain't say shut down.
You did say that, bro. You said that because I had to go back. That's what we made that argument. But because you was like, we seen it get shut down. You bang hard because that's why I had to go. That's why I had to go do my research. You was like, man, we seen it get shut down. Like, I said, hold on, let me go look at this. But point being is, just to be fair, GP was just as open as anybody else that game. No cap.
I believe that.
Destroyed them.
I believe that.
Real
no,
talk.
I believe that.
Like, so they literally.
But what messed up the timing on that?
I mean, Dak was still getting off. They was making them
I agree
throw the
with
ball
you.
fast sometimes.
But that's what I said in my point. Yeah, that was my point. It's systematically they threw
was
so many
6 and 7 niggas.
Yeah, they was
like,
and it was to get Dak to get the ball out, which took away GP. Because GP best get off is vertical.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it take time. You got to be able to drop back for that. So if them blitzes speed you up, that's a way to take away GP.
Yeah,
they should have screened. They should have screened GP.
That's a way to take away the pass game.
They ain't throw no curveballs.
Hey, you fought your ass off, man. Good fight, boy.
Salute to y'all, man. Good fight,
shit.
man.
Good shit, man. For real.
We gonna shake hands on team both.
No, we gonna be on team both of them.
We trying to stack the deck, bro.
Yeah, we trying, and I'm with that. I'm with that 100%. But also, I respect the way you box. You box your ass off. Good shit, bro.
Already, man. Salute to y'all, man. I honestly gotta go to sleep.
All right, good. All right, boy.
I'm gonna tap in with y'all.
So let me get my final words, man. Let me get my final words. This was an epic one to end on. I think we shit. I box my arms off. Hidden box his arms off. Lou boxed his arms off. We just overtalked and we didn't let him get shit in. Fuck it. It's like that.
Yeah, my boy dirty.
But my final word is this. I believe that, you know, we have to talk about prioritizations of team building. And I understand exactly what they're saying because we go all make this case with Team both of them. On Team both of them, what we saying is we would want to have all the weapons. If there's a place to where we cannot, priority talks have to happen. Period. And what are we willing to sacrifice to try to get the best net overall value for this team? So if you did trade for Crosby on one of those number ones, which I've been saying for a while now, and I didn't start that way, but I definitely transition my content to either one of them boys, right? If you have to, you got to prioritize and reallocate. So, for instance, I hear what Henny's saying and what Landlord's saying, where you trust in Florida. Well, if you go take a big ticket item, which is Pickens out, that frees up $28 million to where you can add at least something in the backfield that goes with your investment into the offensive line. You're not surrendering, you reallocating. So I don't want people to hear the case that they making like we're surrendering the offense. No, we're reallocating resources. I would want them to put the resources on running back and edge. To me, that gives us a better overall chance to beat teams other than having the perimeters with a weaker edge. I don't believe in the edges right now. They got to show me. I believe this is going to be just as what we had with receiving by committee, where it's going to be maybe good, but likely definitely not good enough. I don't trust a young rookie Malachi Lawrence. I don't trust a year two Donovan Ezra coming off hip. I don't want to put it all on Quentin Williams. I don't. I want him to have some other war daddy. We had this talk of Crosby, but this is the truth. It wouldn't even have to be Crosby. I would take a Sweat. I would take a Von Miller. A beggar can't be a chooser to add to that room. So we just want a better package at the edge. And I'm reaching for the top. But at this point, I would settle for some people to come in and just give me more security at that room. Lastly, I want to say, bro, I appreciate squabbing with these dudes. These are the best dudes to fight in the entire world. They real good at it. They real good at it. They real smart. They have excellent pushback. They committed to it. They did film research preparing for this very moment. I like these type of fighters because these type of fighters make us all better as a team. They have lost battles. It's not true. We are not. No, they've lost. They lost on draft day. People. You lost on draft day bad, bro. You left and then come back. You was that mad. Landlord literally said, y'all won. You can't, if you go hang on Shotty
listen, I ain't saying nothing.
But Shotty, but like he agreed with you on that BS when you was over here on like y'all undefeated. No, y'all took a massive ass L that day. It was literally embarrassing. You got George Pickens because of team trenches. Y'all would have had sorry ass Matthew Golden.
We got George Pickens.
You would have had reach ass Matthew. It was my final word too, bro.
And then you start arguing with me.
But no, you start arguing with me.
you start crazy.
But I'm keeping it real, bro. Y'all really did lose that day. But we all won. We all won though, because Team Trenches won that day. And then we ended up. No, we won, bro. No, if we would have got Matthew Gold, then there would be no Pickens. True or false?
Why you keep bringing up Matthew Golden like that's the only person?
Because you wanted Matthew Golden.
I wanted Mekhi Ibuku and the hour-long show.
Then why did you fight?
Play it.
No, hold on. We gotta show this, bro. I gotta play it, bro. I gotta play it. He walked into.
What is your final word or not, man? Nigga, I gotta go.
I
to
still
sleep.
gotta
we
play
gonna,
it.
Are we gonna
Yeah.
get our
You
get off
can't
now,
run
bro?
now. You said you didn't want him, but you was fighting for him. You can't say both. If you was fighting for him, then you wanted him.
Who was my number one?
You
Show
push.
me a Matthew, show
You
me a
push back.
Show me a Matthew Golden video on my page. I'll give you $100.
Hold on, real quick. You push back at me when I wasn't even saying nothing with Matthew Golden. That's what you did.
Shot it. Fight for. See, that's how to go out. Don't go out just sit back. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna take Matthew Golden now. Fight for. You wanted physical. You said you wanted physical. Fight for it.
Now, I ain't say nothing about Matthew Golden. Listen who brings up Matthew Golden.
How you know we ain't fighting Matthew Golden?
Man, what?
Huh?
Devil, bro. You know he ain't fight for no goddamn Matthew Golden.
You know you want to fight.
Get out of here with that bullshit.
How you know that? Because they want to sell the jersey.
He ain't fight for no damn Matthew Golden. Cause you should have seen how he talked about speed the other day. He said speed. Psst. Yeah, your head coach. And yeah, so he was shooting down the 4.29, my man.
Brian, how much do you want to get speed, more speed on your offense?
It's always something you look at, Todd. At the end of the day, this is an exciting time of year. Speed in this league is important. It's not the only way to do it. The one thing about speed it gives you something you don't have to coach. And so the way we're going to play and the style that we're going to play, speed is an advantage, but it's not the only thing that we look at.
You know it. Yeah, let's go. Because you know what? If you want a Booker, you should want to move down anyway. But you're so thirsty for a weapon, you want to reach.
I ain't reaching. You don't want to talk about getting a damn table.
You a reacher. Reacher.
Let's get them picks.
That might be true there.
We were praying for the
Might be true.
Y'all want to get a receiver, ain't even get 1,000 yards, you thirsty ass. I'm keeping it real, goddammit. I'm fighting for my damn team, and I'm fighting for my pick. I told you I'm gonna fight you all the way to the pick, so let's fight. Hey, is the pick in or is it a trade? What we doing?
Who was that just left?
McClain's looking at the chart right now.
Hey, we gotta go cause Henny mad.
What happened? Yeah, Henry
He mad. We must have got a Booker. Who we get?
So how the hell you gonna say that's not an L, bro?
Because it ain't. I wanted a goddamn wide receiver. Me and you did 30 shows on wide receiver options for the Dallas Cowboys. We did multiple shows on Mekhi Ibuka, Ted McMillan, all these people. So my question to you is this. Me asking why this nigga, how you know this nigga ain't fighting for Matthew Golden when he was a name circulating in Dallas. Remember, I didn't want Matthew Golden as my second option. It was a Mekhi Ibuka. That is on record. That is verifiable with an hour-long video. Over an hour long. So my question is this: how is me asking you the question? How do you know he ain't fighting for Matthew Golden? Me begging for Matthew Golden, especially when you have the context of me wanting Mekhi Ibuka as my number 2 wide receiver option.
Because you answered it yourself. See, you answered it yourself and said because what was being circled around Dallas was Matthew Golden. We all knew that Ibuka had dropped by then. That's why I said if you wanted him, you should have moved down. Right? You heard me say that because we all knew together that at that point he had dropped. The person that was circling around for 12 for Dallas, nobody else. For Dallas was Matthew Golden. So I've been telling you. I know you did. I know you did. I know you did. I remember your rank. I remember your ranks on that. So it shows that you was fighting for any weapon at 12, and that was our point.
That ain't what that showed.
No, it does. That you would have took Matthew Golden. You would have took a Booker.
Oh, who were they going to take? How did you know they were not going to take?
I know, and you kept fighting for Matthew Golden because you was cool with Matthew Golden.
Did you hear me say we're Matthew Golden? Did I say some shit like that?
So would you be happy if they took Golden over Booker?
No, I prefer Mekhi Ibuka.
No, I'm saying
over Booker.
Over Booker. That's what I'm saying. If they took Golden over Booker, not if that was the two choices. You fighting yourself. It's a damn shame.
You got a chance to keep it real. Just go on take it, bro. Just go on take it. Go on keep it real, bro.
Y'all the last niggas talk about keeping it real. First and foremost. Are you gonna finish your final word or what, bro? I got shit to do with my life.
That was a good dive. So you know you would have picked Matthew Golden, which is my whole point. So you can't say you undefeated when you
my
took a
wide
clear
receiver
L.
was. I told you
I
who my
know
wide
he
receiver
may be your
was.
number
You ain't
one,
put
but
words
y'all
on
was
that.
fighting us. But
No,
yeah,
Desmond Miller was my number one, and Mecca Ibuka was my number two.
Yeah,
they-
Ted
Right,
was
and I got
gone,
too much content.
and you would have
circulating
took
throughout the first
Matthew
round.
Golden or Ibuka at 12, and
Prove
both
it.
of them would have been a reach. Either one of them
Prove
would have been a reach for 12, bro.
No, and what did Mecca Ibuka did? Mecca Ibuka was an
19.
all-pro with Dallas.
No, I'm saying he would have been a reach.
What does it matter when you
just
get
the way-
drafted?
And then you
Now,
speculate.
if
You don't know what he would have done.
Hold on. If you redo a draft, would it be a reach to take Tom Brady, even though he went in the 6th round? Answer the question.
Of course not.
Okay, then. So why you keep holding on to that bullshit of he went 19? That don't fucking mean nothing. Folks can't draft.
He would have been he would have still been.
Hold on.
He was a
now.
reach in terms of the talent of that draft. That was the whole point of we always were saying to you, and you wanted to reach for that at 12. You would have took Matthew Golden or Booker. Either one of them would have been. Either one of them wasn't as valuable as Booker. Neither one. Matthew Golden or Booker wasn't as valuable as Booker.
Man,
Neither
wide receivers get paid more than guards. I'm gonna use your thought process. Since edges make more than wide receivers, and wide receivers make more than guards, he's more.
That's a decent rebuttal, but at the same time, no, I heard you. No, I heard you.
We can finish, bro. I ain't gonna
You keep rebutting. You keep rebutting. Okay, yeah, but I got to rebuttal to what you said. No, yeah, but so if you rebuttal, I'm gonna then don't interrupt me.
Finish your final word and stop.
I'm gonna finish it.
This, nigga.
I ain't sneak this and shit, nigga. What the hell you talking about?
Sneak this, nigga. I said what you said, nigga. I said you sneak this. That's what the fuck I said.
What you talking about? You just talking
Nigga,
you and your
finish
feelings
your
again?
No, I know your ass. Then you muting niggas. You playing clips. You need Jesus on your side.
Yeah,
Nigga.
you need a whole nother mute, bro. I'll get to. I'm
you
finish my
still
final
on the
word.
phone,
Yeah,
nigga.
all right, there we go. So I'll finish my final word. So clearly he took a L. Clearly he took a L that day because clearly he wanted any other receiver at 12. It was clear by the way that he walked away. So he go try to act like he didn't walk away, but he was in his feelings over Matthew Golden. So that type of stuff, that's what he pulled. So, at the end of the day, though, is this. We really want team both of them. At the end of the day, we want team both of them as much as possible. But if they can't do it, you got to do the next best thing to make your team better. And that might be being willing to flip one of those ones for Maxx Crosby. Way better value. And just to answer what he said, the difference is Shotty wants to build in the trenches and wanted a physical identity. That changes the whole evaluation process of what's first. That's my final word. You can go ahead since you got to go, homie.
Yeah, man. So first and foremost, box is full of shit. Secondly, man, it is going to be team both of them. I don't see a world where Jerry Jones moves George Pickens this offseason anyway, because it was all fictitious and imaginary in their mind. The shit was never going to happen. But, now that we're on here with unity, man, they fought okay. They had to do underhanded tactics. They had to switch the venue. They had to have pre-recorded smear campaign and all out of context clips. But we beat their ass. The chat say we beat their ass. They mamas know that we beat their ass. So all we gotta say is, team weapons for the win. I do appreciate you though, man, for taking time out today to host this shit, even though we had a whole show already built. I know that you tried to, I know that you tried your best. But what I will say is this, man, all bullshit aside, I love the passion. I know that y'all really believe in this. I do.
Yeah.
I know that y'all really, really believe in, an edge. I get it.
Yeah.
And I understand it, man. You lost Michael Parsons. You want to try and get another edge rusher in here to solidify the defense. That's all.
Yes.
That's all.
With Quinn Williams.
With Quinn Williams. But and I get it. I know it would be dope. But what I will say is this: you're not seeing no pop gun offenses win Super Bowls. This is not the early 2000s. You cannot play defense in that manner. If you go back and you look, and I keep reciting this, there are only 6 offenses that won Super Bowls that were not top 10 in the last 20 plus years. You need an offense along with a defense. You can go Google it, pull it up. There, you still need that. And you taking away a weapon like that without giving real reallocation to the offense and getting another premier playmaker, whether it be a running back a tight end, another wide receiver, whatever the fuck it may be, you're going to set yourself up for failure because the Browns had all the defense in the world and they can't make the playoff because their defense is ass. The Giants had very good defense and they couldn't make the playoff because their offense was ass. So point being, you still need an offense.
Yep.
And last time that you saw this offense without George Pickens, you were one of the worst offenses in the National Football League. Even with a healthy Dak Prescott, his numbers were in his career low. We were making content. Me and Lan actually did the nigga wake up sorry. We asked that damn question of how bad Dak Prescott looked. So point being, man, I get that you want to improve your defense, but you don't have to go about it in that manner. So I understand where you're coming from. I do. And also, let's just be frank, man. We done played with an elite edge plenty of times. We had Michael Parsons, generational pass rusher. We ain't win shit with him. You got to also have the interior because the same way that we feel about having, just one side of the ball, if you're a one-dimensional defense as well, you're not really good. If a nigga could just line up and run at you all goddamn day as a defense, and you're living in fear of fucking Aaron Jones and shit like that when you get to the postseason, you ain't got no complete defense.
Do you have that now?
You needed Micah, and no, you got an interior now.
Okay, so what we talking about?
Yeah, but you also can win without an elite edge. I don't see Michael Parsons on the Seahawks. I don't see no elite edges of their caliber over there, my body.
Well, you obviously win without two number ones. It's been more proof for that than anything.
Not really. Did the Eagles have two number ones? Didn't the motherfucking Buccaneers have two All-Pro wide receivers? When we talk about teams that made the Super Bowl,
that was the number one, number two. Number one, number two.
All-Pro players.
Number one, number two. You can be All-Pro as a number two, bro. Come on, come on now, bro. Come on now, bro.
Nah. We gonna act.
Come on now, bro. You're not keeping it 100 on that. It's way more teams that won it with edge than won it with them weapons, bro. You know that.
Final word or not, nigga?
You can't go ahead, man.
Is this my final word or not?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You just lying on it. You just lying all through it.
I'm not. It's an All-Pro wide receiver. He could be a number one.
It's not two number ones. I'll be quiet.
Yeah, that's two number one. If you can be a number one on any team, you will fucking number one. That's just what it is. If you're a number one on another team, you're a number one. Chris Godwin could be a number one on multiple teams. At least he could at that point, right? You just go down the list. There are plenty of wide receivers, tandems that won, right? Plenty of them. So point being, though, man, you don't need an edge that badly. You can go out there and you can get Maxx Crosby. You can go out there and you can get Sweat. I'm not tripping, but you ain't gotta, cut off your hand in order to do so, man. And that's my final word, though, man. Keep taking them L's. You can try all the fuck tactics you want, niggas. We still walking out here undefeated, unscathed. And your own chat box says it.
Man, dude over there left 30 minutes and talking about he won. How the hell you lie like that?
Let me go.
Didn't even come back to the draft show.
My bad.
Until a whole hour.
And I'll let you. I'll let you close out because I got a lot I want to say. To the chat, appreciate y'all for coming out, but best believe I saw the same. We warned y'all about coming in here and making it personal and doing some of the same shit y'all were doing. I saw the same people, even when we had the other fight the other time. Not even Team Weapons versus Team Trenches. Y'all came in and do the same thing. Because the reason why I said this, I literally just looked on my page just to make sure that I'm not lying. But in the entire off season, including the 3 videos we did here, we have done a total of 5. I've done a total of 5 different shows saying on the thumbnail, Trey Pickens for Maxx. My point is, this is the true story of what happened last year. During the entire season, we saw GP were absolutely going off when we were questioning. We were saying, "Hey, that is our number one receiver." We had enough foresight to say, like, "Hey, it might come down to you having to make a decision because we know our front office and what they do." We were the only ones when he hired David Mulligetta saying that, "Hey, okay, well, he's obviously going for top max money." But it was certain people, and y'all was in here downplaying him, saying he was worth 30 million. We said he was worth 40 the entire time. We said he was on good behavior and that, he's a number one receiver, and hey, you should pay him. If you're gonna keep him. Other people were saying, the same people who was in here fighting for him was the same people in here, fighting us on it as well. Literally. You know what I'm saying? I don't forget that he was a bad behavior in the camps and everything like that. It was us, doing that. When it came to, if y'all remember when we started actually making any content saying, hey, Trey Pickens, is when it was becoming real that they were getting cold feet about keeping George Pickens. WD, you know what I'm saying? When Dan Graziano made that trade, that's when we started saying, like, okay, hey, like, this is not a bad trade. Like, let's hear them out. And then also, if you heard from the Rams, the only reason why you've been hearing us link Pickens or link like Garrett and everything like that, because the Rams said, hey, it's not rare for this valuable of an asset to be available. So you need to have your shit together. You feel me? So I understand that the moment we made the video once, or even put out or we even condoned the idea, we got labeled the victim. That's why I didn't appreciate when they was bringing up saying that, hey, we've been pushing it all once, so we've been pushing it hard, when that's just not the reality. That's just not the facts. Now, here's the facts right here. I see an issue with Edge, which y'all cannot agree with. Everyone who's in here saying let the Edge play out, but like, and we just fine, or we don't need Edge, we can go to the Super Bowl out it is full of shit. Because y'all was literally saying the same thing about Seattle. Y'all love to bring up Super Bowl teams for your point, but not even mentioning that, saying that they didn't have two receivers on this level either. They literally just did what we were saying. They traded one of them away and was just fine. It was just fine. Everyone's talking about the D tackles situation, using our argument against us. I don't appreciate it, because we was the main ones telling y'all how valuable that shit is. But now what I don't agree with is propping up one position and now we propping down the other position. What I'm fighting for is to get another playmaker on his defense, period. And what it seems like, and this is the facts that y'all never admitted, y'all won't fuck with the defense or add anything to the defense until the offense is fine. And that's where we just built different. I want both, but it seems like unless the offense is good, then we're gonna add to the defense. When I'm just built, I just see it differently. I see that we got an overflow on offense. I'm not as scared. I'm not going to be hyperbolic like my contemporaries was saying that we're gonna be a 21st offense in referencing 2025 or 2024 that season, because he's leaving out a lot of context on the reason why we were sorry that season. You were sorry that season on offense because you had a rookie left tackle, you had an aging right guard. Like, that's the number one reason. Your offensive line was completely compromised. That's why you was last in the league in passing the ball. We couldn't block any damn body. And that's why you came in the very next season, and and that's why we was pushing from the beginning and saying that, hey, Schottenheimer was on this team, bro. He saw that offensive line. He's gonna add to it. He was gonna add to it. So I do. The reason why I'm not scared of taking away our number one receiver is because we have Dak Prescott. And that's another thing that I'm actually frustrated with y'all on, is that we automatically going to be bad or we're going to be just like the Giants. The one thing that's keeping us from being those bad teams is that we have actually a top 5 quarterback in the National Football League that's going to run the ship, who's ran it before. With less. I'm sorry. I'm not one of these people saying that he absolutely needs all world in order to get the best Dak. Because if we're going to be like that, we want to handicap back Dak, I will argue the best version of Dak was when we had a legit run game leading him off, and Dak was he was game managing. But I see everyone views it differently and everything like that. But listen, I am team both of them, but the difference between me and some of y'all, I'm not afraid to have the hard conversations to be if it's a choice between one or the other, and we have to prioritize it. I'm not afraid of that conversation, and I'm not afraid to add it to the other side of the team. And I'm going to acknowledge that adding to the other side of this team will overall lift this team up. I've seen great defenses carry more bad offenses than I've seen a bad offense carry a bad defense. Then I've seen a great offense carry a bad defense. We had an all-world offense last year. Didn't sniff We was out of the damn playoff picture by week 8.
You muted. Oh, that's me.
We had an all-world offense last year and was out of the playoff picture by week 8. I mean, you can add another receiver and an all-world running back last year. It's not saving that defense. We're going to get exposed at some point because that's what's going to carry us further. What I'm very disappointed on with y'all is that we have changed a lot of these rules this offseason on football and acting like it's okay. Just being honest with you. So I know I was long-winded. I just want to get a lot of it out. But, look, we keep fighting. I'm going to keep having these conversations, and I'm going to keep doing my content like I damn well please. So, listen, dog. Hey, appreciate y'all for having me. Yeah.
All right, before you go, I want to show you something that's wild. Okay?
Oh, Lord.
Nah, this is wild. It's worse than what I thought. Hold on real quick. I think this is it. Hold on. I can definitely do it this way. Look at this. Hold on. I want to show you something that's wild. Hold on, let me pull this off. All right. So, it was said that I did a majority of my content on Pickens. I looked all the way back to when the season started, bro. Okay? You hardly look.
I just looked too.
It's like, so you see me talking about Diggs right here. This is the final watch part. Hold on, let me see. So Trayvon Diggs, Kenny Clark, Coleman. You see me talking about coaches right here, Al Harris right here. Mm-hmm. You see me talking about D quarters right here, coaches right here, coaches right here, coaches right here. All of this is coaching. Okay. So I don't see no Pickens content yet. Right. So during this whole period, you seeing coaching. Then I got Did Tank Lie. So then Senior Bowl, Hard Decisions, War Room, Booker's Backstory, Parker's, All Brothers Defensive Staff, Boss Reacts to Patrick No C Sermon, Dope News, Jerry Busting the Budget, Cowboys League, Openness to Tag and Trade Pickens. That's the first time you see one thing on Pickens yet. One thing. Lessons from the Super Bowl, Maxx Crosby versus Trey Henderson, all 22. Pickens trade plans. That's 2 now. Mm-hmm. And then it's film comparison, Ryan Florno, responsibility, team building. Is it serious? Talking about why the Cowboys should give serious to trading George Pickens. That's 3. Where his just name is in it. Mm-hmm. Then it's the War Room Time, the fight y'all want. Yeah, that's George Maxx Crosby, who wins for Dallas. That looked like that had to be one because I actually titled that George Pickens. Then it's let me see. So I got 4 to right now, like 35. Okay. So then you got the Captain's Admit, the danger switches, jealousy strategy. What does the film say? Biggest first conference now, win-win. So this is a proposal. This was that Dan Graziano proposal. I did a call-in show. Pickens versus Crosby. That's 6. Okay, so George Pickens, agent sets timeline. All right, and so here I'm talking 4 Pickens, talking about his work. Pickens' price just increased, right? So Aubrey slander campaign, Brandon Aubrey, I hope so. Pickens' true market value. So I'm actually talking about what he's worth. So now I'm starting to already equal what I said in terms of proposals. I'm now like 6. And so I'm not seeing, and that's why I said to everybody, I know my content. It's like, damn, y'all, I'm the one doing it. And then people saying I watched some of it. Well, what probably got your attention and probably hurt your feelings was the few Pickens ones. But you can't look at my channel and say, oh, this was majority Pickens.
That's why I said if we said it once, they gonna say we was talking about it nonstop.
You can't even look at this and say that. That's impossible.
We'll get the reputation. That's like so.
Yeah, you can't look at this overwhelming like me talking about almost every. Like I talked about him in total about 9 times so far. You know, so and it's yeah, and most of it now is about what he's worth and different stuff like that. So man, it's cap. But people ran with that. It's like, yeah, and like I said, and I said it clear, that's because he's most of the talk. Like for real, that you go have more content because he's a majority of what people are talking about. So you could probably see me respond to it, get my thoughts on it, stuff like that. But to act like I did all this overwhelming content on Pickens is just cap, bro. It's super cap.
I had to go look, man. Like,
yeah, I'm looking at it. Is you can't go to my channel and say that, bro. You cannot. You can't look at everything. I'm talking about everything, bro. And at this point, out of all the Pickens drama, you see me probably talk about Pickens 10 times. Literally. And I done passed now probably about 300 videos. So anyway. So it's all good. So all right. So I just wanted to show that. So it's like I said, I do my content. I know my content, bro. I know what I've been talking about. So yeah, what's your final words, homie?
So first of all, thank you.
What happened?
My bad.
Okay.
I hit the wrong button. I was trying to make you big, brother.
All right. So again, appreciate everybody for stopping by, checking out DC Universe. Y'all know anytime we get together, it's always going to be a clash of the Titans. It's a group of gentlemen that honestly I respect. A group of men. It wasn't no little boys up in here tonight. Despite how you felt, despite what side you were on, this was a group of men, a group of content creators putting their best foot forward for their team, for our team. Now, I will say this. Every single individual you saw tonight is not only a man, but they're a father. They're fathers, they're heads of their household. And when you look at this organization, we have to be heads of the Dallas Cowboy household. Sometimes, guess what? Money might not be right, and you might not be able to get everything you want. It might be important for you to go ahead and get what you need. I personally, as a man, a father, and a head of my household, have had to make tough decisions at times. It's been stuff that I really, really wanted, but guess what? I got to hold off on it. It's sometimes, well, guess what? Quite honestly, we might sell a few things just to get some extra change to get what it is we need. And that was all. That was always my argument. Would I love to have George Pickens? Absolutely. And when you look at the West, them boys bringing it. Like I said earlier, Seattle, San Fran, LA, they are loading the clip bullet by bullet. And I want to match their bullets. But unfortunately, we have this chaos and this turmoil and this clashing of the Titans because of how management runs the team. See, that's the big issue. And it makes us feel like, you heard tonight, we got to rob Peter to pay Paul. And that's not the case. There are so many ways you can skin this cat, move money around, get more resources to help strengthen this team. Yes, I feel like we are leaning on too much on defense. You are anticipating having a first-year defensive coordinator be absolutely wonderful. You are leaning on the fact that, yeah, we had a little youth moment, but we are movement. You are talking about you want all of these young players to hit. You are putting a whole lot of pressure on Brother Downs, a whole lot. Is he superior? Is he elite? Absolutely. You're putting a whole lot of pressure on that brother. And my thing is, with this being Christian Parker's first time out here solo dolo, why push the man out there to ride the bicycle without training wheels before we have the training wheels? And all I'm saying is an edge rusher would be good training wheels to help Christian Parker not only get acclimated to play calling, but to get acclimated to his personnel on defense. A pass rusher helps ease that transition. Again, y'all, at the end of the day, look, my son came to me, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. My son came to me this evening right before we went on the show, and I had to get on him earlier. You know, I had to get a little physical with him. He's 3. And he came to me randomly and he said, Daddy, you know what? I'm going to be good tomorrow. I'm going to be better tomorrow. And I told him, I said, son, you are way too talented to be doing the things that you're doing. That's all we trying to do, y'all. Y'all have heard me say it over and over and over and over again. I want to make America's team great again. And guess what? The best way to do that is to load the clip like we seeing everybody else do. Good, better, best.
He muted.
Is he muted?
You muted.
You muted, bro. You got to do that whole thing again, man. You
Yeah,
got to
dude.
smoke. Yeah, you
muted.
You was killing it too hard to go out like that. You hit a button or something.
I can't. My chair.
What? Yeah, can you hear me, Lou?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's something on Amp.
It's something on Amp in. Amp, one more. Yeah, it looked like he.
You still here?
Yeah,
There you go,
good.
there
You
you
got to
go,
do
there
it
you go.
again, bro. You got to do it again.
Start over. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Smoking all.
I'm gonna pass out there, boy.
Oh man, hold on. Let me get it back. Let me get it back.
Back in the bit. We over fighting for your boy, Steven, man. We over here.
Damn, what? He left, bro. It's me and you, homie.
Oh
no, it's not. No, it's not. Where Amp at?
What happened?
I don't know.
He was
Amp
definitely
gone,
on
bro.
it, man. He was definitely on it, man. Hey, man.
Okay, well, I'll say this, man. We out. Team Trench is still. Y'all be easy. We gonna be team both of them. The next time y'all see us, we gonna be talking about team both of them. How to get Maxx Crosby and hopefully George Pickens to stay. But y'all ain't gonna see this fight no more. We done with this fight. We moving on to the bigger topic, which is how to really beat the Rams and the people that's kind of gearing up for probably to be the biggest, hardest opponent that we might face.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. The biggest juggernaut.
Yeah, by far, man.
Yeah.
All right, we out.
Peace.